It's time for Yankton Bucks football on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. Brought to you by our corporate sponsor, First Dakota National Bank of Yankton, and the following Sportscaster Club members: Midwest Insurance Agency, Murph's Appliance, Yankton Thrive, Stockman's Motorsports, Les Schwab Tires, MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency, Linda's Angel Crossing, Hy-Vee, Boss's Pizza and Chicken, Vichet, Elwood Dental, Raven Books, Floortech Cleaning and Restoration, Angela's Mexican Store, Yankton Rexall, KFC Taco Bell, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Dragonfly, Slumberland, Larry's Heating and Cooling, America's Best Realty, Larson Carpet, Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, Kaiser Heating and Cooling, Yankton Medical Clinic, All Seasons Power Sports, Wentz and Ray Funeral Home and Cremation Service, JR's Oasis, Intech Cleaning and Restoration, The Bone Setter, Kalen's Indoor Comfort, Triple Time Rudy's, Farmers Union Insurance, Meridian Photo, Ram Tire, Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts Yankton, and H&H Roofing. Now to the field with the voice of Bucks football, Zach Spear.
Hello and welcome to Crane Youngworth Field in Yankton, South Dakota. A beautiful night for football as the Yankton Bucks host the Pierre TF Riggs Governors on homecoming night. I'm Zach Spear alongside TJ Stotes, and we are in for an absolute thriller. All Yankton athletics on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube are brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey with 2 locations, downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. We've got on our hands what might be the game of the year. The Yankton Bucks hosting the Pierre TF Riggs Governors. Both teams sit with a 3-1 record. They're going to be looking to win the ESD conference and, of course, the rivalry between these teams. Neither side likes the other, and that makes for great games. Coming into this game, Yankton is number 2 in AA standings, with Pierre right under them at number 3. There is a lot on the line for this game. Possibly home field advantage on a trip to the Dome, but that is getting ahead of ourselves. But these teams, they matched up twice last year, once in the regular season. During Pierre's homecoming, Yankton won big time, but come playoffs, Pierre came into town and defeated Yankton for a trip to send them to the Dome. Let's take a look at this year's numbers. Yankton scoring 39.8 points per game, and that's after a week that saw them scoring only 3 last week against Harrisburg. Pierre's offense, 19.3 points per game. Points allowed per game, Yankton allowing just over 26. In average of their games, they average a win by 13.5 points per game. For Pierre, they don't give up many points. 13.8 points per game they give up, and that's a difference of an average of a 5.5 point per game victory for Pierre. The thing that immediately sticks out is these teams, they really have had kind of opposite games this year. Yankton scores a lot of points while sometimes giving up a lot of points. For Pierre, they might not score many points, but they don't give up many at all. The side of the ball I think that is going to be most important is Yankton's defense against Pierre's offense. Expect Yankton to score this game. Will Pierre be able to keep up pace with the Bucks, or will the Bucks defense bounce back with a big game after their first loss of the season? Now, of course, Pierre's offense has certainly improved from their first 2 games. We'll see about tonight what they have in store. In previous games for Yankton, they opened the season with a 41-24 victory over Huron. Then against Watertown, they won 52-26. They hosted Douglas in a victory 63-6, and last in action, the Bucks on the road fell to Harrisburg 49-3. For the Governors, they opened their season against Aberdeen Central, a low-scoring affair. They won 9-6. Then against Huron, Pierre had their 1 loss of the season in which they lost 13-7. They bounced back nicely against Watertown, putting up their season high for points, 41 to Watertown's 19. And last week in action, the Governors defeated Brookings 20-17. Again, we should be in for a great game. Yankton doesn't like Pierre. Pierre doesn't like Yankton. It has become a rivalry. Even though these teams aren't even really necessarily very close to each other. But TJ, you used to play for this team, the Yankton Bucks. When you've got a rival in town, what kind of energy does that add to the game?
It adds a lot of energy, and the fact that it's homecoming brings even more energy to the evening. We're excited to see this game. It should be an exciting game tonight.
For sure. Now it's time for last week's highlights. They're brought to you by Larson Carpet, the best flooring for your space, lifestyle, and budget. Let's take a watch and again, those were your highlights brought to you by Larson Carpet. I did get a chance to talk with both head coaches ahead of this matchup. It's Coach Steve Steele of the Pierre TF Riggs Governors, who we'll listen to first, followed by Coach Muth. We'll be back in a moment here on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Hi, I'm Franny Kiefer with the Yankton School District Alumni Association. We strive to create a community of alumni and friends who support extracurricular and educational opportunities in the Yankton School District through scholarships, grants, innovative education opportunities, and staff appreciation. With us, you will keep connected to a community of Yankton School District alumni and friends all over. You can help continue to pay it forward and help future graduates. Register today at the Yankton School District Alumni Association website.
Your local KFC Taco Bell at 2504 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton offers two menus combined into one. Something for everyone at KFC Taco Bell. When your family's hungry and can't decide between crispy chicken and mashed potatoes or tacos, burritos, and protein bowls, well, you don't have to choose. Get the best of both worlds in one stop. Cool down with the legendary Baja Blast Freeze or heat things up with a variety of hot sauces. KFC Taco Bell Yankton. Why pick one when you can have both?
Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team specializing in all things heating and cooling, as well as heat and glow gas, wood, and electric fireplaces, humidifiers and dehumidifiers, and all styles of ductless mini-split systems. Whether you are building or remodeling, our team of innovative experts will get you the correct equipment and indoor air quality accessories you need for your home or business. Remember, Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team for all things heating and cooling for the past 77 years. Go Bucks and Gazelles.
Hello and welcome to our Coaches Conversations. I'm Zach Spear, and now joining on the line is head coach Steve Steele of the Pierre TF Riggs Governors. Coach, how are you doing today?
Doing great. Good day for football.
That it is. And could you tell me about your team and the season you've had so far?
Yeah, we're excited to have good weather for football. We've had both of our home games have been in just pounding rain, so we're excited with the weather forecast here today, and we feel like we've progressed and grown each week, and that's ultimately our goal, is just to continue building and hopefully lead to us playing our best come end of the season. So excited for a good football game today, and hopefully we can take another step forward.
And what have you seen from your team both offensively and defensively so far?
Yeah, defensively, I think our guys have been very strong. They've given us a chance to win every game and helped us win 3 out of the 4. Offensively, I think we've continued to build and grow every game. We've got some really good skill players. Getting our running back last game was a big boost for us. And then, I think, we just got to continue to build that consistency. In our loss to Huron, we're 1 for 5 in the red zone. Tough to win a football game when you get a lot of yards and no points. So I think that's kind of been our focal point, is just continuing to build that consistency on the offensive side. And, hopefully, that, along with good weather and field, allows us to be our true self today.
And you've got a senior behind center. He's also had success running the ball as well. What is the advantage of having an upperclassman running your offense?
Yeah, there's just, obviously when they're young and the game's moving a lot faster for them, they're a little bit more prone to bad decisions. They don't quite see things the way that you're hoping you see them right away usually. And, Caleb's just progressed really, really well from last year to this year. And, he's throwing the ball well, so we're excited to have him back there distributing again. And, we've got quite a few great options for him to distribute to.
And coming up, you take on the Yankton Bucks. It's always a big matchup. Let me know your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, it's an exciting time. It's always an exciting game when we get to play Yankton. And I said especially this year, there's just so much on the line in this game. I think this is a good shot that the winner of this game wins the ESD. There's a good shot that the winner of this game is the top 2 seed, getting a home field advantage all the way to the Dome. That alone is just very, very high stakes. So, obviously it's a fun matchup every year. It's 2 good football programs. It's always fun from that end, but I think there's just a little bit more on the line this year.
And to add on to the excitement, it's homecoming for Yankton. How do you try and match the energy that the Bucks are going to have?
Yeah, I think with us, it's not so much matching the energy. It's just continuing to stay, almost just riding the train, ride the train, not the roller coaster, find ways to stay calm, not go too high with the ups and downs of the game. But just kind of continue to trust, the process, trust the game plan, and not to get too worked up and overworked up where you're wasting energy.
And could you tell me a few players on your team who we should expect to make a big impact on this game?
Yeah, I think offensively, it starts. Carter Scheffelbein's had an outstanding season. Cooper Terwilliger's, an outstanding football player. A lot of teams so far have been really focused on him and allowed other guys to step up. But he's very capable of going and changing a game himself. And then Carter Merrill in the backfield was a welcome addition to us last week, coming back. And he had a great game. So I think that really makes our offense tick. Defensively, I think it's a very big group effort. I think Max Schmitz on the D-line's been kind of a standout for us. Sam Larson and Will Eilers in the middle have been doing really, really well. Hudson Schaefer's been solid for us off the edge. On our secondary's been really, really, playing really well there. They haven't been giving up too much. Porter Hunsley's been back there making some really big plays the last few games. So, I think they, as a team and as a unit, the defense has played really, really well.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time. I really do appreciate it.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me on.
Again, that was head coach Steve Steele of the Pierre TF Riggs Governors on our Coaches Conversations. Up next, it's homecoming for Yankton, all on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Looking for a photo that actually looks like you, but better? At Meridian Photo, we specialize in capturing personality, not just poses. Whether it's headshots, high school seniors, family sessions, or team and individual sports photos, we'll make you look like a legend. We've just landed in the Meridian district of Yankton. Book your session today at meridian-photo.com or give us a call at 605-655-4598. Meridian Photo. Be you. You deserve it.
Looking to buy a home or maybe sell? Trust the name that puts you first. America's Best Realty. From your first showing to the final signature, their expert agents guide you every step of the way. Fast closings, top market value, and real service you can count on. Your dream home, they will find it. Selling fast, they will make it happen. Call America's Best Realty at 605-260-1600. America's Best Realty, because you deserve the best.
Larson Carpet has all your flooring needs. Step into their showroom to see a wide selection of all types of flooring. They have soft and luxurious carpet that's sure to bring comfort to your home. Stylized tile to make any room pop. Different color options of hardwood to make matching easy. And convenient vinyl plank for when spills happen. Of course, with the best customer service in the area. Their knowledgeable staff will make sure to answer any questions you might have. Larson Carpet, 212 Walnut. And back here at Crane Youngworth Field, as it is homecoming night, as they do have the homecoming royalty on the field, as we'll keep the camera on here on Yankton, streaming on YouTube. Congratulations to the Bucks and Gazelles, who are honored as part of the homecoming royalty, as it's Ellison Bauman and Tate Bestie, Taya Kennedy and Owen Eidsness, Nora Kraske and Drace Gaskins, Sabrina Kraske and Nels Hansen, and the Prince and Princess, Paige Reese and Byron Jimenez Deanda. Again, congratulations to all of the Bucks and Gazelles part of the homecoming royalty. As you'll notice, 3 Bucks football players are part of that royalty. They include Tate Bestie, Owen Eidsness, and Drace Gaskins. Homecoming, always a lot of fun for the players. Expect to see a lot of energy. Now, I did talk with Coach Steele about that, and he really said it's not about matching the energy on the field. It is more so just about playing our game and making sure to not try and match that energy and end up running out of energy ourselves. Again, on the field, the homecoming royalty being honored, the Prince and Princess, Paige Reese and Byron Jimenez Deanda on the field. As Yankton's crowd is filling in here at Crane Youngworth, this is going to be an electric game, I can guarantee that. With the Bucks in their red jerseys, everything else trimmed out in white on the flip side for the Pierre TF Riggs Governors, who currently aren't out on the field, in their white jerseys that are all trimmed out in green. But again, congratulations to all of the Yankton high schoolers who were honored here as part of the homecoming royalty. I did get a chance to talk with head coach Brady Muth, as always, of the Bucks. We'll listen to that in a moment, though. We'll take a short break and continue our pregame show on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. Kickoff set for 7.
Do you realize what your Yankton Hy-Vee has to offer? Aisles online, delivery, catering, fresh floral and bakery departments, pharmacy with drive-up and online prescription refills, Hy-Vee Health Market, dietitian service, fresh seafood department, U.S. Postal Substation, take and bake for breakfast, and family meal deals. Yes, all that and more is at your Yankton Hy-Vee, located on the corner of 21st Street and Broadway Avenue in Yankton. Yankton Rexall in the Meridian District, Yankton, for all your gifts and decor needs. It's the only place in town to find both Hallmark ornaments and cards for any occasion. They also have Willow Tree and Precious Moments collectibles, the perfect anniversary and wedding gifts, nativity scenes, Watkins products, and single $1 chocolates. The Yankton Rexall Pharmacy for all your prescription needs. Yankton Rexall at the corner of 3rd and Douglas, downtown Yankton.
Dive into the delicious all-you-can-eat Asian buffet, featuring mouth-watering Asian cuisine like broccoli beef, general chicken, sesame chicken, so much more. Or choose from a fresh selection of meats, noodles, rice, vegetables, Asian-inspired sauces, and watch them sizzle on the Mongolian grill. Plus tantalizing desserts, including ice cream. Get your fill at King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, North Broadway, Yankton.
Weather around here gets pretty crazy. Are you sure the weather hasn't caused damage to your roof? Let Justice at H&H Roofing in Yankton take any roof damage worries away. He'll come and inspect your roof. Even if you've had an inspection, get a second opinion or re-inspection for your peace of mind. H&H Roofing has built their reputation on working to satisfy homeowners for years. Family owned and operated. H&H Roofing is bonded and insured. Contact Justice today.
Back on our coaches' conversations with Brady Muth, head coach of the Yankton Bucks. Coach, coming off a loss against Harrisburg, could you tell me about that game from a coach's point of view?
It was a tough game. Harrisburg's a quality opponent. They've got a great roster. You know, both their offensive and defensive line are big and strong, and they run the football real well. They've got kind of a two-headed monster at running back. I think 23 is probably the best running back in the state by far, and then their backup is pretty salty too. So it was a tough opponent, and we learned some lessons, and maybe some things that we needed to see got exposed. We got those things fixed, and at least we know now what we've got to take care of. And you know, that's a big thing. I hate losing, and I'm never going to say it's okay to lose, but we lost. We got to get over it, and we got to find something positive out of it. And our guys did a pretty good job this week of finding the positive and where the mistakes were and getting them fixed.
And kind of leads right into my next question. Losses, you know, part of football, they're going to happen. The difference, though, between good and great teams is how they answer after that. How do you expect to see your guys come out of the gate Friday night?
I mean, I don't expect anything different than what we've been. I mean, we're going to be focused and we're going to be fired up. There's going to be a lot of energy. I think there's part of it, you know, I mean, The one thing that I do really like about playing a team like Harrisburg is that you have to have your best. And so when you play a top-tier opponent, you tap into something that's a little bit different than when you don't. If you're not playing a top-tier opponent, it's human nature. As much as I would like to tell everybody is a stone-cold killer no matter what, people do pay attention to their opponents and they get keyed up for things. We don't want that, but that's just the way it is. But our guys did tap into that. I mean, they played a highly competitive football game against a really good team. We got punched in the nose a little bit, but we kept swinging. We stayed in it, and the physicality did not catch us off guard. And so from that point of view, I like where we're trending here for this game.
Now coming up, you take on Pierre TF Riggs. Tell me about this matchup.
Yeah, it's another Pierre Yankton game, and two teams that are real similar and are expecting to win the game, and they're well coached. It's the same old Pierre. Their roster is kind of like ours, where they've had a lot of changeover and they've had to deal with some things with different people playing new positions and things like that. But they're well coached and they're ready to roll. Coach Steele does a really good job with that group.
And so you've got a rival coming into town. It's homecoming. How much excitement are you expecting to see in Crane Youngworth?
I mean, I think the community is excited for this football game for a lot of reasons, and I think, and I know our guys are too, and just for the sheer fact that it's a chance to go out and compete for your town and your school and your program and make some kind of a mark as far as setting a legacy for these guys in the senior class. And so there's all those sorts of things that go into it, but it's a football game, and when it comes down to it, we have to block better than them, we have to tackle better than them, and our guys know that and they understand what's in front of them.
And so just speaking of the Pierre team, what have you seen from them both offensively and defensively?
A lot of the same stuff. I mean, they're doing a lot of the same things. I mean, same concepts, same run concepts, same coverages, same front, all of those things. But it's just learning kind of the nuances of their personnel and who's doing what now, because they did have some rollover. And so a lot like us, I mean, they've got a lot of new faces out there. And so that's a big part, is kind of finding out what their strength is now with a team that has new pieces added. But when it comes down to it, it's still Pierre. They're going to do some things that really make your life tough.
And so what are just a couple things you'd like to see improved from last week into this week?
Yeah, I mean, we got to be able to run the football more effectively. That was the one thing that came out of that Harrisburg game. And I'm not making excuses, but their defensive line is really good. And so football sometimes comes down to math. They had 3 guys that our 5 guys had to worry about, and so they had 2 extra guys that could make plays, and it's hard to win a football game and really hard to run a football against a team like that. And so, run blocking, we've got to get to our double teams quicker, and we've got to make sure we get those secured so we can get off to linebackers. We can get those plays maybe a little bit longer than 3 yards. We can break off some 5, 6, 7 yard run plays and have them maybe a little bit more comfortable second down or be more effective in the run game. And then the other thing is big plays. The big plays against Harrisburg kind of bit us in the rear. And when you play Pierre, that's one thing that really fuels their offense, and their defense is making big plays. And so we've got to make sure that we don't allow for them to make any big plays, and then we got to be willing and able to have the guts to make some big plays on our own end.
Thanks for the time as always, Coach, and go Bucks.
Yeah, thanks. Go Bucks.
Again, that was head coach Brady Muth of the Yankton Bucks on our Coaches Conversations. Coming up, it's homecoming night for Yankton as they host the Pierre TF Riggs Governors on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
If you're into hunting, fishing, towing, or just want to blaze the trail, All Seasons has ATVs, UTVs, dirt bikes, and scooters from quality brands like Honda, Yamaha, and CF Moto. Needing watercraft? All Seasons has a large selection of quality boats and wave runners, and we take pride in service after the sale. We have friendly certified technicians that will winterize, summarize, diagnose, and repair your power sports equipment. In business for over 20 years for good reasons. We're All Seasons, Power Sports and Marine in Yankton.
From simple sniffles to complex health conditions, the primary care providers at Yankton Medical Clinic will not only see you for your annual visits, screenings, and preventative care, but also provides care for the entire family, from pediatrics to adults. With 4 clinic locations and 15 outreach locations throughout South Dakota and Nebraska, compassionate, quality medical care is closer than you think. For more information on providers, services, and locations, visit our website, yanktonmedicalclinic.com.
As we continually strive to improve the quality of service we provide the Yankton community, the Garden of Memory Cemetery and Winston Ray Funeral Home are pleased to announce the completion of a brand new columbarium. This columbarium is constructed of granite, designed to withstand the test of time. It is for those families choosing cremation and features above-ground outdoor niches, which includes a bronze plaque to memorialize your loved one, as well as indoor glass front niches where families can create a unique memorial with pictures or other family heirlooms. For more information, please give us a call at the Winston Ray Funeral Home in Yankton.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
Welcome to JR's Oasis, your one-stop food and gas shop. Proud to serve Phillips 66 regular, premium, and diesel fuel. After fueling, go inside for slushies and shakes, ice cream cones, and now offering a full line of healthy, chilled items and snacks. JR's hot menu is great for breakfast, lunch, and supper, featuring the famous Hammer Breakfast Sandwich and fresh hand patty burgers. Try the new Cafe Tango frozen coffees for that extra boost of deliciousness. JR's Oasis, East Highway 50, Yankton.
And back at Crane Youngworth Field in Yankton, South Dakota, it is absolutely crowded. There is no room in these bleachers as the excitement on this matchup. You know both teams circled this matchup on their calendar before the season even started. It is finally here. We are about 10 minutes away from kickoff. As you hear the Yankton fight song, we'll have our national anthem. The choir is out on the field, and we'll make sure to keep it live on both Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube so that you can listen to that live here. The Bucks coming off a loss against Harrisburg. 49-3 was the score. Let's take a look at those stats from last week. Rushing the football, Jason Lachek led the way, 13 carries, but 21 yards off those 13 carries. That Harrisburg defensive front did not give up much. Tate Bestie had 2 rushes for 12 yards, and Carson Krall 5 carries for 18 yards. Throwing the ball, Tate Bestie went 15 of 31, 105 yards, 1 interception. Jackson Kudera 0 for 1, no yards. Receiving, Abel Bryan had 7 catches, 51 yards. Owen Eidsness 1 catch, 1 yard, which is not the normal for him. Jason Lachek 3 receptions, 11 yards. Carter Boomsma 3 catches for 31 yards, and Edley Amara 1 catch for 11 yards. It is time for your national anthem. We'll leave it here for it. Again, the choir on the field right now, and we'll stay live.
Personnel may salute the flag.
And that was the a cappella choir here at Crane Youngworth singing your national anthem, as you just heard on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. Didn't quite finish up with my stats from last week. Carter Boomsma did have an interception in that, and 8 penalties, 68 yards for those penalties for Yankton, which is certainly an improvement from what we have seen. And TJ, one thing you and I talked about a little before was the football polls. Now, both the Media Prep poll and the South Dakota Power 5 poll have Yankton as number 1, but there was votes for Yankton as the number 3 team in Double A.
Well, this is surprising given the record of both these teams as we come into the game. Yankton's had some pretty decided wins over some pretty strong opponents. Pierre lost to an opponent that they didn't expect to lose to, so a little bit of a surprising vote there as number 3.
But Yankton did overall get that one spot, and rightfully so. You feel like they've beat some teams, like TJ said, by a pretty good margin. They defeated Huron, who right now looks like they are a top 2 team in AA with Yankton. They defeated the Huron Tigers by 17 in week 1. Of course, things can change throughout the season, but Yankton looks to get back to their winning ways here as they host the Pierre TF Riggs Governors. And it is time for your starting lineups that are brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. For all your heating and cooling needs, it's Larry's Heating and Cooling anytime, any day. As they do it on the field, we'll do the starting offense for the visitors, the Pierre TF Riggs Governors. Up front, the line is made up of number 69, senior Colton Cass, junior number 55, Max Schmitz, junior number 58, Bryson Wallman, senior number 61, Max Bogenhagen, and senior number 74, Tucker Ott. As the skill positions, the receivers, number 1, sophomore Jaron Deal, number 7, junior Carter Shufflebine, number 13, senior Lincoln Dilgis. At tight end is junior number 12, Cooper Terwilliger, a player to keep an eye on. As the running back is the senior number 24, Carter Merrill. And running that offense up here is senior quarterback number 6, Caleb Lounsbury. Now the starting defense for your Yankton Bucks. At strong safety, number 16, it's Tegan LaCroix. Free safety, number 14, Cale Hazelhorst. The cornerback duo made up of number 15, Miles Drotzman, and number 25, Brennan Gilmore. The linebacker duo made up of number 5, Madden McQuaid, and number 33, the leading tackler of the Bucks, Chase Platt. The defensive ends for the Bucks are number 9, Talon Kenny, and number 11, Edley Amaro Jr. At nose tackle, number 64 is Drace Gaskins. Defensive tackle, number 94, William Guzmanugovsky. And the rover defender for the Bucks defense, number 21, is Gavin Johnson. Again, the Bucks in their home red jerseys trimmed out in white. Pierre TF Riggs in their visiting white jerseys trimmed out all in green. We are moments away from game time. Those were your starting lineups brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. The crowd's going to be a factor in this one, TJ. If you're visiting, if you're Pierre in this, how do you try and manage this crowd?
Well, you're going to have to know your game plan inside and out and know what's coming up. You have to run plays that you know and that you expect, and you've run quite a bit this year. So we'd look for them to go to their usual game plan that they've run through the year, as the crowd will probably get loud tonight.
And one thing that Coach Muth had chatted about was Yankton's Pierre TF Riggs offense and defense. They really run off of big plays, and Yankton will be looking to shut down any opportunity for that. If you make them fight for every yard, it's going to be tricky, and I expect Yankton's defense to do exactly that. Again, Yankton's a team that scores a bunch of points, but they also give up points at times. Pierre, on the other end, is quite the opposite. They don't put up a ton of points, averaging under 20 points per game, but on the flip side, they give up under 2 touchdowns per game. If you give up 14 or less points in a game, you're going to win a lot of football games, TJ.
That's right. And so earlier you were talking about defense being so important in this game tonight. I think that whoever's defense shows up the toughest tonight is going to be the winner.
And physicality is something Coach Muth brings up every single interview. He wants to be the more physical team. Whether you have the size advantage or not, physicality is something that this Yankton team prides themselves on. We'll see how it comes out to play against Pierre TF Riggs, the Governors. But we know Pierre is no easy opponent, winning 7 straight championships in AA and then losing last year in the Dome. They've reached 8 championship games in a row. They won 7, lost the last one. They're going to be looking to fight their way back into the Dome again this year. These teams split the series last year 1-1. Yankton got the best of Pierre in the regular season, with Pierre winning the important one in the playoffs. Yankton looks to get their get back or revenge, even though the coaches might not like to talk about getting revenge on certain teams, TJ. I have a feeling Yankton certainly thinks that way about this game.
It's absolutely on their mind tonight. You went down hard last year in a game that you were expecting to win or wanting to win after you had already beat them in the season, and now you're at home. It's homecoming. The Bucks are out to play hard.
And, of course, it was a last-second touchdown that was the reason Yankton lost to Pierre. I mean, it was a heartbreaking loss, and Yankton since has really feel like it's kind of been on their chin. The captains, are now heading out to the Yankton Y. The captains for Yankton are Tate Bestie, Owen Eidsness, Peyton Eustace, Cale Hazelhorst, and Easton Feeser. As the visitors, the Pierre TF Riggs Governors are going to get the opportunity to call the coin toss. We'll see what their call is and if they can win it or not. Wouldn't be shocked to see either team defer here. Or do you try and get that offense rolling right away?
You might want to get the offense rolling right away because both teams are going to look to come out firing strong right away.
And it looks like Pierre did win the toss, and they did defer. So Yankton's offense will take to the field first. As we are moments away, 7 o'clock on the clock right now. We are moments away from kickoff. If you're tuned in on Classic Hits 106.3, if you'd like to watch this game live as well, head to Yankton Streaming on YouTube. Otherwise, we posted it on our Facebook, and it's available at kvht.com. The Bucks offense to the field first. The return men for Yankton so far this year have been Owen Eidsness, Tegan LaCroix, Carter Boomsma, and Miles Drotzman. We'll see who's back for the kickoff. We've seen kind of a mixture there. Doing the kicking for the Governors will be number 8, Carter Templeton. Both teams huddled up here looking for the first play, and you just know nerves are running through every single player, TJ, until you get hit for the first time, it feels like.
That's right, and right now as they take the field, heart rates are going up and excitement is building, and these guys are ready to play.
And so on the field here is Pierre and Yankton. As we'll go to our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. We'll load that up on Yankton Streaming on YouTube. Game time is nearly here. Again, Carter Templeton to boot things away for the Governors, who are now huddled up, chatting things over. 7:01 now, homecoming night in Yankton as the Bucks look to get a win. The whistles are blowing, and Pierre breaks the huddle. Back to receive this are Owen Eidsness and Tegan LaCroix for the Bucks. Templeton takes his steps back. Near his line here. The band is loud, the crowd is loud. Templeton puts it into play. A line drive picked up by Tegan LaCroix at the 11. He'll move up to the 20, trying to follow his blockers. Nearing the out-of-bounds line, he'll be pushed out around the 36-yard line. Great starting field position for Yankton to start this one.
Tegan showed a lot of patience there, just following his wall of blockers right around the end and got himself all the way up to the 38-yard line.
And patient runners are so important. You know, you want to get downfield right away. You want to get as many yards as fast as possible. But as you mentioned, a patient run there out of Tegan LaCroix followed his blocks, and it really benefited his team. Great starting field position, as you mentioned, the 38. Yankton will start with a tight bunch formation. Tate Bestie out of the shotgun. Behind him, Jay Sedlacek. Puts Boomsma from the left side of the line to the right. Up the middle goes Jay Sedlacek. Shoulders forward. He's down to the 41-yard line. A pickup of 3, 2nd and 7.
Good way to start there. The offensive line was able to move Pierre's defense right away, right off the bat. It was a 3-yard hard-fought 3, but he got there.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It's Abe O'Brien by himself checking in with the official. 2nd and 7 now here for Yankton on offense, who has the first opportunity to score in this one. Bestie takes the snap, drops back, has some time, launches it into the hands of Cale Hazelhorst up to the 40-yard line. A 19-yard pickup.
Brought down by number 19, Sutton Stoneshine.
Cale did a great job of finding a little hole in defense, just sat down right in the middle of 3 defenders, and he was able to get hit for a long gain.
Replays are brought to you by Yankton with Nelson. Up to the 40-yard line of the Governors here, 1st and 10 again for Yankton. Eidsness curls around in motion. Back up the middle they go, Sedlacek. Sedlacek, a nice carry on 1st down, picks up about 7, 2nd and 3. Jason Lachek, 2 carries, 10 yards. Yankton's offense moving the ball well here to start. Amaro as the H-back now. Out of the shotgun, Sedlacek moves back into the backfield. He'll get his name called once again. Patiently awaits for his block, gets the first down and a few extra. Up to the 27-yard line here of Pierre. 6-yard pickup, and Jason Lachek, a heavy workload right out of the gates. 1st and 10 for Yankton. Their offense moves it quickly.
That's enough for a Yankton Bucks.
Eidsness shifts over to the far right side. He'll be the lone receiver on that side of the field. Tate Bestie, again, good protection. Puts it into the hands of Talon Kenny. Pulls it in after a bobble. Falls forward up to the 19-yard line, a pickup of 9. Talon Kenny with, I believe, his first reception of the year. And what better time than homecoming?
Good decision by Bestie there. Everybody was covered downfield. He checked down to the bottom and was able to pick up a few yards.
2nd and a long 2, so an 8-yard pickup. Carter Boomsma on the jet sweep, the first down. He's got it. He'll be brought down at the 15-yard line by a pair there of Pierre defenders. Sun and Shine with the tackle, but it doesn't matter as Yankton gets a 4-yard pickup. And 1st and 10 yet again. 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Jason Lachek gets his name called, falls forward across the 10-yard line of Pierre, a pickup of 6 yards. Yankton nearing the end zone. 2nd down, 4 yards to go.
Got to hand it to this Yankton line right now. They're allowing us to just grind down the field, and this is a nice, strong, positive first drive against Pierre.
3 minutes. This drive has lasted 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. No score yet. Yankton moving the ball well. Out of the motion, Sedlacek gets it. Reverses field. He's carrying the Pierre defenders with him right up to the first down line. I think he's short, but not by much. 3rd and inches coming up. That is the 5th carry already for Jason Sedlacek. He is going to have his fair share in tonight's game. 3rd and 1 here. Tate Bestie, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Up the middle they go, and they'll have the first down. Looked like they had enough, TJ. We'll see. On the carry, Carson Krall, we've seen in the last few games. And they're going to say he was short, so no pickup on the carry. 4th and 1, and it looks like Yankton is going to go for it. Not surprising to see. Muth doesn't mind going for it. Krall remains as the lead back in the backfield. Tate Bestie moves Eidsness. Out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Again up the middle. Carson Krall jukes the first defender. Touchdown, Yankton! The first score of the game belongs to Yankton. A 5-yard touchdown run from Carson Krall. A 4-minute, 9-second drive that went over 70 yards for Yankton. 6-0 they lead as this game has just gotten started. The Bucks off to a great start. And Kevin Ortiz here on for the extra point. What a start right out of the gates. A good snap, a good hold. Kevin Ortiz knocks it through. 7-0 your score. The Bucks strike first here, but Pierre now on offense. We'll be back in a moment on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. This is Bucks Football brought to you by First Dakota.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family-run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
I knew I
should have had those brakes checked. At Graham Tire, it's all about safety. Tire mounting, balancing, wheel alignment, and shocks and struts and batteries, oil changes, and lube service. Graham Tire does these every day. And there's over an acre of tires. Graham Tire has them all, big and small. Tires for cars, trucks, campers, trailers, big rigs, and tracks. Honesty and integrity is a matter of pride since 1951. Graham Tire, Yankton.
And back on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube. Your Bucks lead 7-0 over the Pierre TF Riggs Governors. 7:51 to play in the first quarter. We have just gotten things rolling. Homecoming off to a great start for Yankton. A 5-yard touchdown run off of the hands of Carson Kroll, his first of the season. Liam Villanueva here to boot things away, puts it in the air, rockets it. That one, though, goes out of bounds, and we've seen this a few times, TJ, where the kick goes out of bounds. Villanueva, a huge leg, but sometimes gets away from him.
Every now and then he just seems to pull it to the left a little bit, and we get a penalty.
And so it'll be good starting field position as well for Pierre, as a 15-yard penalty will start this one at Pierre's 35-yard line. And for the first time, we will see Caleb Lounsbury and his offense out for Pierre. Yankton's defense out on the field for the first time. Expect some big plays here right off the rip from this Bucks defense.
I think we're going to want to see this defensive line get in Lounsbury's face right away and make him rush his plays a little bit.
And Lounsbury had snaps as a quarterback last year for Pierre. Now he will be the premier quarterback. They kind of had a carousel of QBs last year. They had a variety of who was in, who wasn't in. And so Lounsbury will be the premier quarterback, the lone quarterback for the Governors. 1st and 10. Edley Amaro got a little excited. He's going to jump across off sides. A 5-yard penalty. And, you know, for Yankton, they don't like the penalty, but at the same time, it's great to see our defensive end excited to get going.
That's right, and he was waiting for a Pierre defender to get on the ground, onto the field, or a Pierre offensive lineman to get on the field, and he'd been down in that position for a while.
1st and 5 now. Carter Merrill in the backfield with Lounsbury. Lounsbury goes to the air right away. Up top, in and out of the hands. Incomplete. Cooper Terwilliger had it. 2nd and 10.
And
or 2nd and 5, excuse me.
And on that second play, Amaro was able to get right in his face. Even though that was a rushed pass, it was just off the mark by an inch.
And maybe an inch less on the throw had he not been rushed. Could have connected, but Terwilliger, a great player for Pierre TF Riggs. Expect him to make that play if it comes down to it again. 2nd and 5. I do like the decision for the immediate shot. Take a shot. As I said, they need their big plays, and right away they went for it. Carter Merrill stands behind Lounsbury. On the pitch, he'll get it. Tries following his blockers. He's going nowhere. Yankton will take him down. 3rd down for this Bucks defense. I saw a helmet fly. It's getting physical already.
Yankton sniffed that out right away, and they did not let him get around the end. There was just nowhere for him to go.
So Carter Merrill, no pickup on the carry, got back up to the line of scrimmage, and after that mishap of a penalty on 1st down, Yankton with a forced incompletion and a run that was stopped at the line. 3rd and 5 here, and you can hear the crowd at Crane Youngworth trying to make things difficult. All 3 receivers to the right for Pierre. Again, Merrill stands behind. Caleb Lounsbury takes the snap. He'll roll out to the near side, has time to throw. A receiver open who catches it all the way up to the 50-yard line. And a great pull in by Jaron Deal, who got popped, but the 1st down for Pierre off of a 10-yard pickup. So Caleb Lounsbury with his first completed pass of the night. 1 for 2, 10 yards, as that one went to Jaron Deal. Number 1 for the Governors. And for Yankton, a little bit of a backbreaker feels like there. You stopped him on 1st and 2nd with no yards, then you give up the full 10. 6.5 to play here in the first quarter. 7-0, Yankton leads this. Pierre with the football at the midway point of the field. Lounsbury looking to both sides, trying to make sure he gets the right play. Takes the snap, some miscommunication. Merrill gets it. Edley Amaro pulls him in for a loss of yards. Edley Amaro, what a play. Carter Merrill had nowhere to go there, TJ.
Edley Amaro just showed the quickness that he built in this offseason. He's really come a long way since last year.
That'll make it 2nd and 12, and 2nd and 12 is not easy against this Yankton defense. Pierre looking for a big play, but again, that one really kind of started off some miscommunication between Carter Merrill and Caleb Lounsbury. Lounsbury turned the wrong way and just kind of had to flip around, shuffle it out the other way. In the middle of the pocket, he stands into the hands of Cale Hazelhorst, intercepted! A flag flies, but Yankton the interception as Hazelhorst goes out of bounds. There is a flag down on the play, though. So we want to make sure that Laundry is not bringing this one back. Hazelhorst was nowhere near the receiver. You can't imagine it's on him, but off the ball, and I think this one might be coming back, TJ. What was a big play for Yankton, it certainly looks. And it will be against Yankton, but it's after the play. An illegal block in the back, 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and TJ, you can certainly live with that one after an interception for Cale Hazelhorst.
Well, once again, there was great pressure on Lounsbury that made him release that ball awfully early, and I think that's where it just sailed on him a little bit. Interception Yankton.
And Cale Hazelhorst putting together a great season yet again. 1st and 10 for Yankton from the 25-yard line here. Their offense was able to get the job done last time. We'll see if they're able to do it again. And now we'll have a timeout called by the Bucks. It's a Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break, as we will take that break. And again, timeouts are brought to you by Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. Locally owned for 4 generations, call them for water softening and purification, salt, reverse osmosis needs, and bottled water. That's Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. We'll be back in just a moment here on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube, where the Bucks lead 7-0.
I knew I should have had those brakes checked. At Graham Tire, it's all about safety. Tire mounting, balancing, wheel alignment, and shocks and struts and batteries, oil changes, and lube service. Graham Tire does these every day. And there's over an acre of tires. Graham Tire has them all, big and small. Tires for cars, trucks, campers, trailers, big rigs, and tracks. Honesty and integrity is a matter of pride since 1951. Graham Tire, Yankton.
And back just in time, 1st and 10 for the Bucks from their own 25-yard line. Eidsness shifts to the far side of the field. Sidlacek stands alongside Bestie, who takes the snap, fires it. That one caught Abe O'Brien. He'll pick up a nice chunk of yards, 8 yards for 2nd and 2. Abe O'Brien coming off a game where he had 7 catches, gets his first of the night here for 8 yards. 2nd down, 2 to go. And you got to love this if you're Yankton's offense. It opens up that playbook when you only need 2 yards. 5:05 to play in the first quarter. The Bucks lead it 7-0. Flags will fly before the ball is snapped. We'll see what the official call is here. And it'll be a false start on Yankton. That is their 4th penalty already, TJ. And that's gone for 35 yards.
And we always look for them to be a little more disciplined. And this early in the game to have 35 yards of penalties, I'm sure Coach Muth is not appreciating that right now.
That knocks it back to 2nd and 7 for the Bucks. Taking the snap here, Bestie rolls to the near side, fires across his body. Catching it is Owen Eidsness. Eidsness slips out of bounds. 1st down, Yankton. An 11-yard pickup from Tate Bestie to Owen Eidsness.
That's enough for a Yankton Bucks.
Owen Eidsness, his first catch of the game. And this Bucks offense, yet again, another 1st down. Right now, looking great to start this game. Plenty of action left, though, as we're only in the first quarter with 1 score. Eidsness moves out of the backfield, and now he'll get a quick toss to the other side. Follows his lead block with Hazelhorst. He's brought out of bounds for a pickup. Got about halfway to the 1st down line. They'll give him 6. 2nd and 4. As Eidsness with back-to-back receptions for the Bucks. Yankton's offense right now moving the ball well. Have not seen a 3rd down on this drive. As Sidlacek right up the middle he goes. We'll have a 3rd down here after a pickup of only a couple. 2 yards, that'll make it 3rd down, 2 needed. Jay Sidlacek now with his 6th carry of the night. 26 yards off of that, averaging 4 yards per carry after a game where he averaged less than 2. You know the Bucs are happy to see that. 3rd and a long 1, a short 2. Again, up the middle they go. Sedlacek has the first down, breaking tackles across the 50. He'll pick up a few extra. First down, Yankton. A 4-yard pickup, and that was an impressive 4-yard run by Jay Sedlacek.
It was impressive, and he went lateral with that, so he probably ran about 20 yards carrying guys the entire way.
1st and 10. Yankton has moved the ball to the Pierre side of the field on the 49-yard line. 1st and 10 here with 3:45 to play in the first quarter. Tate Bestie in empty backfield, drops back, has all day. A deep throw, overshot Abe O'Brien. It falls incomplete. That is the first incomplete pass of the night for Tate Bestie. Now 5 for 6. A great start overall for Yankton's offense, but now facing 2nd down and 10 yards needed. Talon Kenny heads to the sideline, was in that last play. Now Abe O'Brien will move from side to side. Sedlacek stands next to Tate Bestie, works out of the shotgun. Amaro has the H-back, 2 receivers to the left. Now Eidsness will move to the other side and loop it back around. Up the middle they go. Jay Sedlacek, another carry, dives forward. A nice pickup on 2nd down to make a manageable 3rd down here. He'll pick up about 7 yards. 3rd and 3 on the way.
Jay Sedlacek just doing a great job in the first drive and now in the second drive of marching Yankton straight down the field.
And the Bucs with a longer drive than usual. Usually a quick offense. They've been pounding the rock here already on the night. 11 carries as flags will fly yet again before the ball is snapped. We'll see if it's on Yankton yet again. It is, and that is Yankton's 5th penalty in only the first quarter of play. They'll move it back 5 yards, 3rd and 8. That's much more difficult than 3rd and 3. And TJ, now you wonder if they try to get closer to maybe go for it on 4th down. It's not an uncommon play from Brady Muth. Eight yards needed. It is 3rd down here at Crane Youngworth. Bucs on offense. They've moved the ball well. Moving on the near side, Tate Bestie with lots of room to run. Gets a key block from Owen Eidsness. First down, Yankton. A 13-yard pickup with his legs. Tate Bestie will take it himself. And again, that block from Owen Eidsness set up that play.
Well, Bestie did a great job of stringing the play to the sideline before he turned upfield, and the receivers just pulled those defensive backs downfield and left this side of the field wide open for him.
And having a good passing offense, that's what it will do for you. It opens up those quarterback runs. An option here. Bestie wants to keep it. Up the middle he goes. A nice pickup on 1st down as he's finally dragged down around the Pierre 28-yard line. He'll be 4 yards short of the line of gain. 2nd and 4 on the way. So Bestie, 2 carries, 19 yards. You love to see that out of your starting quarterback. We near the 2-minute mark here of the first quarter. Score remains 7-0. Yankton in the lead. 2 receivers now to the left on 2nd down. Edley Amaro is the H-back. Sedlacek, the running back here for Yankton. And the handoff to Sedlacek. No! Bestie will keep it himself. He'll run up the middle and pick up 2. 3rd and short. So Tate Bestie did a nice job faking that handoff. Had me fooled. I thought Sedlacek had it on his hand, had a defender on him, and really, without that good of a fake on it, Bestie's probably being brought down at the line of scrimmage, if not before. 3rd and 2, 100 seconds to play in the first quarter. Bucs again, another 3rd down on offense, moving the ball well here in their 2nd possession only of the game. Strong receiver set to the right. Bestie fires quick to the left. Abe O'Brien catches it, gets by the defender. First down, Yankton yet again. A 9-yard pickup from Tate Bestie. Abe O'Brien, his 2nd catch for 17 yards through the air tonight.
And that was a great move to catch himself an extra 3 or 4 yards.
He had the first down, but he wanted a few extra, and that's exactly what that move got him. 1st and 10 here from the 17-yard line. A quick pass over to Boomsma. Boomsma reads the blocks well, slips on the turf, falls up to the 10-yard line. Still a nice pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Carter Boomsma coming off a good game against Harrisburg. Unfortunately, the game didn't go Yankton's way, but Boomsma, big impact, had a few catches and an interception. It was the one turnover that Yankton defense forced. 2nd and 2 here from Pierre's 10.5-yard line. A handoff up the middle. Sedlacek gets it, and the first down, Yankton. A 4-yard pickup for Jace Sedlacek, his 9th carry. They're going to say he's a half a yard short, so they'll give him the 3. That can't be much closer, though. 3rd and about inches. Now they just changed it to first down. I thought that's what it would be. 1st and goal now. Edley Amaro, a late substitution out for Yankton. 22 seconds to play in the first quarter. 1st and goal for the Bucks, who look to score it again. Sedlacek remains as the running back here. He'll get it, and he's stopped at the line of scrimmage, somehow pulls forward and falls forward. No gain, but he nearly lost a yard or two.
With as many carries as he's had tonight, I think that's the first time he's been hit in the backfield so far.
And that is just props to this Yankton Bucks offensive line as that wraps up our first quarter of play. The Bucks, when we return, 2nd and goal. They lead 7-0 on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. You're watching and listening live to Yankton Bucks football.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermilion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
Back at Crane Youngworth Field, 2nd and goal for the Bucks, who lead at 7-0 after our first quarter of play. 3 quarters to go here, and Yankton threatening to score yet again. The first touchdown was scored off the legs of Carson Krall, who had a 5-yard touchdown run. Sedlacek up to 10 carries already here in this one. Eidson to the left of Bestie. Sedlacek to the right. 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Bestie is going to throw this one up to Abel Bryan. He's ripped down by the defender, and there's dirty laundry, and there is a no doubt this one's going against Pierre. TJ, I don't think I've ever seen a more blatant pass interference in my time of calling games.
It sure was, and the crowd was ready to jump and protest. The flags were just a little late coming in, later than the crowd wanted to see anyway.
And Abel Bryan was really just ripped straight to the ground. It's half the distance to the goal. They were at about the 8-yard line. It'll be a 4-yard penalty. The first on Pierre, though, of the entire game. But a big one here. 2nd and goal. They've spotted the ball around the 5-yard line for Yankton. Ken Abel Bryan was trying to make his cutout. And you know what? The defender, I think he knew he was beat. It's not a not smart play. You know, if you know you're beat, do not give up the touchdown. Bestie with Sedlacek behind him now. Eidson is to the right. O'Brien and Hazelhorst to the left. Sedlacek gets it. Tries to bring it outside. Puts his shoulder down into the end zone. Touchdown, Jace Sedlacek. Jace Sedlacek, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bucks lead it 13-0 as they are rolling on homecoming night. Jace Sedlacek lowering the shoulder, putting the boom on the defender.
You could almost feel from up here that he was going to score no matter what on that play.
Another great drive from this Bucks offense as Kevin Ortiz back on the field to make it 14-0. Ortiz, the left-footed kicker here. Early in the second quarter, the Bucks get a touchdown, and the kick is good, nearly off, but Kevin Ortiz, since week 1, has been on a roll on the extra points. 14-0, 11:49 to play in the first half. When we return, it's kickoff on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. It's Bucks football.
Imagine working for successful global business with customers in 140 countries. That's Vishay Intertechnology, a Fortune 1000 maker of electronic componentry. Now imagine a company of that size with that kind of stability and a caring family-like environment. Learn more about what you can do at Vishay by visiting VishayCareers.com. Vishay is an equal opportunity employer. Vishay, the DNA of tech.
So far, it's all Yankton. 14-0 early in the second quarter on our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. The Fox Stop at the corner of West City Limits Road and 30th Street, Yankton. A full-service convenience store with hot food, Godfather's Pizza, personal pizzas, sandwiches, munchies, and beverages. Pay at the pump, gas and diesel fuel, firewood and propane exchange. Right now, Yankton in the lead and cruising. Pierre's going to need some kind of a drive to get rolling. Now, we did see their offense move the ball until that Lounsbury interception. We are going to see how they answer back, TJ. And again, what a start, though, for this Yankton squad. Liam Villanueva to boot things away again. His last kickoff went out of bounds, was a penalty. He'll try to keep it in play this time. Up the middle it goes, a deep kick. That one caught in the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Starting from their own 20 is this Pierre offense. Right now, Caleb Lounsbury, 1 for 3 with an interception. Carter Merrill, 2 carries for a total loss of 2 yards, TJ. The Bucs defense really outside of it was the one big play they gave up. And it went for 10 yards, put Pierre at midfield. Outside of that, this Bucs defense has really controlled the game.
And we look for them to continue to control the game, and they're controlling it at the line of scrimmage. They're getting pressure early on every play.
14-0, the Bucs lead here for Pierre. And they'll take the snap into the hands of Merrill. It goes. Merrill cuts it back towards the middle. Was trying to set the edge. Instead, in the middle, he gets 2 yards, it looks like. 2nd and 7. They'll give him 3. So Carter Merrill, his best carry of the night. No, they bumped him up to a 4-yard pickup. 2nd down, 6 yards to go here. And if you're Pierre, it feels like that was a good run. Now, your running back, his lead block actually fell through, but a nice read by Merrill to keep it in the numbers. And a nice pickup on 1st down. 2nd and 6 here as Pierre. You see Lounsbury calling out to his team. There's been a lot of at-the-line changes here. Now has an H-back, Carter Merrill on the pitch. Carter Merrill up to the 25-yard line. He'll pick up a couple. He's brought down 3rd down for this Pierre offense.
So far, Pierre seems to be trying to go to the edges against this Buck defense, and the Bucks are just not letting them get around the end.
Tegan LaCroix on the tackle. He has the 2nd most tackles on the team coming into this week, following only Chase Platt. 3rd down, 4 yards needed. The crowd getting loud at Crane Youngworth, and that is something I feel like I say frequently. This crowd is always into the game, and they are always excited for their Bucks. Some miscommunication looks like, though, from Tegan LaCroix and Cale Hazelhorst, as now Tegan pointing it out. I think they've got it sorted out. 3rd and 4 here. Lounsbury up the middle, into the dirt it goes, incomplete. 4th down, and Yankton's offense will get another opportunity. If you're
it appeared that throw just fell short.
It did. Lounsbury maybe had a receiver open for a few yards, and that's all they really needed. But instead, Yankton gets possession again, and their offense right now, Pierre's defense needs to figure something out because Yankton's offense is rolling and scoring at will. 4th and 4 here, the punt unit out. As Owen Eidsness set to receive here. Shufflebind to punt it away for the Governors. Bucks lead at 14-0. They look to add to it. Shufflebind, a high-up punt. Eidsness catches it at the 39, just falls to the ground, doesn't want to risk turning the ball over. And that is where the Bucks will start this offensive possession. He fell back to the 38. Still great field position, though, for this Yankton offense.
And the way that Yankton's been controlling the line of scrimmage, we'll expect to see them to continue to march the ball right up the field.
1st and 10 here for Yankton, who's right back on the field after a touchdown carry from Jason Lachek. 2 through the ground so far One from Carson Kroll, his first of the season. Jay Sidlacek adds to his season total. They've got their H back in. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. A quick toss outside. Owen Eisnes has to dive to make the catch. He's going to lose a couple yards. It was a completed pass. Would have been better incomplete. So Owen Eisnes, his 3rd reception on the night. He's got a total of 15 yards. He had 2 catches for 17 before that one, but really had to dive back. And you don't really want to risk letting it hit the ground in case it was backwards. That would then be a fumble, giving Pierre an opportunity. So smart decision, just didn't work out in Yankton's favor. It's one of the few miscues we've seen from their offense tonight. Bestie still working out of the shotgun. You don't see him under center very often. Hits his check down with Sidlacek. Sidlacek runs it out. He'll pick up a few beyond the original line of scrimmage. And a pickup of 6. Jay Sidlacek, his first reception in the game. He's been used a lot. His 12th touch of the game. 3rd down and 6 to go here. Yankton on their own 42-yard line, working against a stout Pierre defense, but right now they've been able to do their part. Boomsma was set into motion as Bestie rolls out yet again. Flag flies into the arms of Hazelhorst near Pierre's 40. I have a feeling it's a hold and it's coming back though, TJ.
I don't agree with you. We saw the hold right here, right in front of Bestie.
That would be a 10-yard penalty, and it is a hold on the Yankton offense, which negates what would have been an 18-yard pickup through the air from Tate Bestie to Cale Hazelhorst, who already has a catch that went for 19 yards in the game. Just over 9 minutes to play here. It'll be 3rd and 16 for the Yankton offense. Out of the shotgun here is Bestie, a strong receiver set to the right. Boomsma shifts a little bit at the line. Looking to throw it here is Bestie. In the middle, finds Hazelhorst again. First down, Yankton, and some extra at the 50-yard line. He's got it. They needed 16. They got 18 again. The same amount they had on the last play to Hazelhorst, just pushed back 10 yards.
And Hazelhorst did a good job on yards after catch. He was looking to pick up a few more, but he had his eye on the line of gain, and he kept across the front of it.
So 1st and 10 for Yankton. They're exactly at the midway point of the field. 1st and 10 from the 50. The snap, Sidlacek waiting for his blocks to develop. They won't. He'll be brought down at the line of scrimmage. No gain. So this Pierre defense is now tightened up against Sidlacek. 2 of his last 3 attempts have gone for no yards. They say 2nd and 9 on the field. That's an awfully long 9. I'm sticking with 2nd and 10. They maybe gave him an inch. No pickup. 8:15 to play in the first half. Yankton leads 14-0 over the Pierre Governors. Empty backfield here for Bestie. Owen Eisnes will shift, look his way. Bestie, plenty of time, a deep throw, and he just can't connect with Boomsma. Not sure where the throw is going. Probably some miscommunication between the two as the throw fell quite a distance away from where Boomsma was. Wonder if Bestie thought he was going to make a move towards that left side. 3rd and 10 to go here for Yankton. This is an opportunity for Pierre, and they need to take advantage of these opportunities. We just saw a 3rd and 16 conversion for Yankton. Can they do it again with 10 to go? A duo of receivers on each side of the line. Sidlacek stands behind Bestie. Bestie again wants to throw it and falls incomplete. Owen Eisnes nowhere near it, and then again it felt like miscommunication.
I think Owen may have slipped on that play, and it was awfully close to being intercepted.
That one could have been disaster, but Pierre does get a stop on defense. Already Yankton scored more than what Pierre's defense on average gives up, and that's just a testament to this Yankton offense that puts up points, and it puts up a lot of points. So Liam Villanueva on the field here for the punt. Carter Shufflebind back to receive it for the Governors. A high punt. It's going to bounce around the 6-yard line, and it'll stay in bounds until finally rolling out at the Pierre 9. That's a 90-plus yard field, though, for this Pierre offense. That has struggled to get things rolling in this game.
That was a great placement on that punt. Just right where he couldn't really field it and do much with it.
So Pierre's offense to the field yet again. They'll officially spot it down at the 8-yard line. That is a 92-yard field for this Pierre Governor's offense, who right now has 14 total yards of offense, 7:44 to play in the second quarter. Lounsbury has Merrill behind him, a trio of receivers to the left. He'll work from the shotgun as well. He looks to throw it right away, steps up, avoids the pressure before he's brought down with a sack.
Down in the backfield. Brought down by number 64,
Drace Gaskins gets the sack, makes it 2nd and long. 2nd and 14 is Gaskins, I believe, his first sack of the season. And you watch the replay. It's brought to you by Yankton Winnelson, second generation, family owned and supporting the local community, including Yankton athletics since 1981. 2nd and 14 here. The Bucks defense, a big play. Now they'll look to throw it, a screen to Merrill. Merrill does catch it, follows his blocks beyond the 10-yard line, nears the first down line before he's brought out of bounds. But a nice pickup when deep in their own territory. Felt like that Yankton defensive line got a little too eager on trying to get a safety, gave up the easy screen.
Good play call in that situation to get the line to over pursue, and little drop pass and pulled them out of the end zone.
A pickup of 13. It'll be 3rd and 1. Again, just a great play for the Pierre offense. Is now a much more manageable 3rd and 1 here. As a receiver way on the near side of the field, you see a split set. And up the middle, Carter Merrill's going to be stopped. 4th down. Yankton's defense comes up big time. A loss of 2 for Carter Merrill. Right now, he's got 2 yards off of 5 carries. And guess who got the tackle? Chase Platt, the team leader in tackles, comes up with a big one. 4th and 2 to come. Shufflebind to punt things away. Eidsness will stand around the 50-yard line. Unless this is a heck of a punt, Yankton should be in great field position when their offense takes to the field again. High snap, but Shufflebind gets it no problem. A line drive of a punt. It'll bounce around the 40-yard line, out of bounds in Pierre territory. Yankton with less than half the field to go and a 14-0 lead.
Ball goes out of bounds at the 45-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for your Bucks.
Yankton's offense, it's a dangerous offense, and right now Pierre is dealing with that. They got to figure something out. They finally got to stop on that last possession, but now Yankton will start on Pierre's 45-yard line, a short field for the Bucks offense that truly, they average nearly 40 points per game. Now, of course, that's defense and special teams points included. As Bestie, all day a hard throw. Owen Eidsness at the 30, pulls it in up to the 22-yard line. 1st down, Bucks.
Brought down by number 11.
A pickup of over 20, and they'll give him about 21 on it. Owen Eidsness, his first big play here of the night. Expect to see plenty more. 1st and 10 here for Yankton. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Taking the snap is Bestie. Sidlacek reverses side of the field. Right back into the middle he goes then. And a nice pickup of 6 yards to make it 2nd and 4.
You don't see that very often, where a runner can completely switch direction and find a hole to get up 5 yards upfield.
And a great play, like he just mentioned, to make it 2nd and medium. They credit him with 5 yards, so 2nd and 5 on the way. But yes, Sidlacek made that play happen. Reverse field, then brought it back in the middle. Eidsness, a man in motion here. Tate Bestie surveys the field. He'll find himself in pressure, dumps it off, making the catch. Abe O'Brien, 1st down, Yankton. Up to the 16, or the 11-yard line, excuse me. A pickup of 8 from Tate Bestie to Abe O'Brien. And right now, Tate Bestie is playing incredible football. He might not have the touchdowns to back up those numbers, but right now, 3 incompletions in 15 attempts.
And he did a great job of feeling pressure coming from the backside there. He bailed out and was able to find a receiver for a gain.
1st and 10 here. Yankton looking like they want to score it yet again here. Eidsness will shift from the left to the right side of the field. Sedlacek moves it right up the middle. He'll pick up maybe a yard, second and long. It's a long 1 yard for Jay Sedlacek there, 2nd and 9. And now if you're Yankton, you start thinking, we don't really necessarily have to leave a bunch of time for Pierre, but unsurprisingly, the Bucks offense is moving quickly. 3 receivers on the right side. Boomsma alone to the left. Sedlacek stands alongside Bestie working from the shotgun. Bucks lead by a 2-touchdown score. All day to throw it into the end zone, in and out of the hands of Owen Eidsness. You won't see that often. Owen Eidsness makes that catch probably 99 out of 100 times. Just can't pull it in this time. 3rd down on the way.
It was just out of his reach, and he had to make a slight dive for it. But you're right, most times he'll pick that up.
We've seen plenty of highlight reel plays from Owen Eidsness this year. And as you mentioned, it would have been a difficult catch, but at this point, you almost expect him to make those because he's just a spectacular player for this Bucks offense. 3rd down yet again here for the Bucks. They look to get, if they get a 1st down, it's 1st and goal within the 3-yard line. Tate Bestie drops back to fire it. Has a man open. That one caught. Owen Eidsness, touchdown Yankton. A 10-yard completion from the hands of Tate Bestie into Owen Eidsness. Makes sure to bring that one in. Turns around, he's right in the end zone. Bucks lead 20-0.
And there was no question where Tate Bestie was going with that ball. There was just nothing Pierre could do about it.
4:14 to play in the first half. Bucks are up big time. It's 20-0. Ortiz out on the field for the point after attempt. That would make things 21-0. It has been all Yankton here. Flags will fly. Don't see that often on PATs, but we do have a flag on the ground.
Snap infraction from the offense, number 66.
And a snap infraction. I think that's the first time I've heard that all year. It goes against Austin Conway. It'll back him up 5 yards. And now a slightly further extra point attempt for Kevin Ortiz. Should he make it? No harm, no foul. Now the ball spotted at the 15-yard line. Essentially makes this a 25-yarder. Kevin Ortiz puts it up, and no doubter through the goalpost. 21-0. The Bucks lead. 4:14 to play in our first half of action. The Bucks are rolling on a homecoming night, hosting the Pierre TF Riggs Governors. We'll take a break. When we return, kickoff yet again on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
There's a whole new world out there. It's called the off-road, and it's waiting to be explored in a Polaris. So gear up to make every moment count with the Polaris off-road vehicle. The new Polaris models are now available at Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. No matter the weather, get ready to tackle all the trails. With machines like these, your world just gets bigger. Stop in at Stockman's Motorsports today to learn more about the epic new Polaris off-road lineup.
The Bucks lead big time here in the first half. 21-0 at their homecoming. And Yankton right now looks unstoppable as they are set to kick things off back into the hands of the Pierre offense, who really needs to get something rolling before it's too little, too late. Yankton, that is the first touchdown of the night, thrown by Tate Bestie into the hands of who else but Owen Eidsness, after not being able to pull in the previous attempt, brings that one in. After kickoff, we'll have some other score updates in AA football. Liam Villanueva trots up, kicks it, and the ball is up in the air. Caught around the 2-yard line is where the Governors will take it. And brought down at the 19-yard line. Not much going on there as a big pickup on special teams for Yankton.
Down by number 88, Sawyer Maybaum.
They said Sawyer Maybaum. I thought it was 28. I thought it was Kylan O'Connor. I'm pretty confident it was. But a great tackle there from O'Connor to give not so great field position for this Pierre offense. From their own 19-yard line, they'll work it. That's an 81-yard field. That is tough against this Bucks defense. And we've seen 1 first down from the Governors so far. Lounsbury will work from the shotgun. Carter Merrill alongside him. 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. The H-back on the left side. Pressure, ball is loose. Yankton drops on it, and they're going to say an incomplete pass. We had a similar situation a few weeks ago, and they're going to say incomplete, so 2nd and 10.
That was difficult to see from up here whether or not he was even trying to come forward with his arm.
Certainly looked like maybe a hand got on it, but Pierre will remain with the football. But again, like you said, we don't exactly have the best angle on it. We'll just trust their word, take it from there. 2nd and 10, Pierre still with the football after a little bit of a scare. 2nd down and 10. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, along with the tight end. Lounsbury fires across the middle. This one caught up for a 1st down, and the Pierre offense gets one on 2nd down. Lincoln Dilgis on the catch for 13 yards.
Brought down by number 1, Carter Boomsma. 1st and 10.
Carter Boomsma on the tackle. Again, I said we'd have some score updates in other AA games. Brookings currently defeating Sioux Falls Roosevelt 14-0 nearing halftime. Spearfish on top of Huron 12-6 with 4 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. That is a game to keep an eye on. Sturgis Brown is on top of Aberdeen Central 13-7. Mitchell and T area tied up. Lounsbury takes a snap on 1st and 10, fires it again up to the 30-yard line. This one caught.
Lounsbury's pass to Shufflebine is complete.
Shufflebine, his first catch of the night, which is a shock to hear. Definitely one of the stars of this Pierre offense. A pickup of 7. 2nd and 3. And finally, Watertown up 20-0 over Douglas. 10 minutes left in that first half of play. 2nd and 3, 3:26 to play in the first half. Yankton leads 21-0. On defense, they work against the Pierre offense, who has 2nd and 3 on their own 39-yard line. Carter Merrill gets the pitch, nearing the 1st down line, somehow splits the defenders. He's got a big pickup and a 1st down for Pierre into Yankton territory.
And I think that play just goes to show just how explosive Pierre can be. He should have been stopped near the line of scrimmage, but he ran quite a ways past.
Carter Merrill gets a 16-yard pickup, far away the biggest run of the night for him. He's the only Governor with a single rushing attempt in this game. Yankton already has 4 players with a rushing attempt, and that's not uncommon to see for Yankton. They like to spread the wealth. Now, Sedlacek gets your main carries, but not frequently does he have them all. Carter Merrill, a big play for Pierre. Their offense needing something. Lounsbury all the time in the world, deep up the middle, just out of the reach of his intended target. Shufflebine was there, but Lounsbury put just enough on it where he couldn't reach it. The diving effort off the fingertips would have been a highlight reel play for Shufflebine. Instead, it's 2nd and 10, and Yankton's thrilled that he didn't come down with that one. Second and 10 on the Bucks' 45-yard line. The Pierre offense works over 3 minutes to go, so timing not really an issue. They've got all 3 of their timeouts, Yankton with 2 timeouts left. 2nd and 10. They want to go to Merrill again. Merrill again finds some room. 1st down, a nice carry. As now he'll pick up 16 again. His first 5 carries, TJ, he had a total of 3 yards. In his last 2, 32 yards.
Well, so far in this drive, Pierre is starting from a deeper position in their backfield, and it's giving them room to make a decision and time to throw some passes, as well as time to find a nice hole, and he's sure hitting the holes right now.
Carter Merrill with back-to-back nice carries, 2:45 to play in the first half here. 21-0 Yankton leads, but Pierre offense on the field, moving the ball well. At the Yankton 29, a pitch here to Carter Merrill. Carter Merrill back into the middle. Another 1st down and another big pickup. 11 yards for Carter Merrill. 3 in a row carries for Carter Merrill that have went over 10 yards.
1st and 10 on the 19.
From the 19-yard line now, here is Pierre. They are threatening to score on this Bucks defense for the first time of the night. It is certainly the best drive we've seen from the Governors. For the Bucks, though, looking for a big stop, and even if you give up just a field goal, you've got to feel good about where you're at. Governors are running the clock, and I think that's smart. You don't want Yankton with the ball with any time. Merrill back up the middle, this time stuffed, loses a yard. 2nd and 11.
Down by number 64, Trace Gaskin.
Drace Gaskins with the tackle, and that is a play that you felt like Yankton's defense needed, as really Carter Merrill has just ran through their defense on those 3 straight carries in which he got 43 yards. Before that, single-digit yards. 95 seconds to play in the first half. Pierre is going to be more than happy to let the time run. Again, with Yankton's offense, you don't want to leave any time on the board. Lounsbury drops back to pass, fires it to Merrill. Into the dirt it goes, 3rd and 11. Now, TJ, you've got to think. You used up that time, but now you've got 3rd and long. You don't really have an option. Over a minute on the clock. Yankton's got 2 timeouts. If you don't get the first down, Yankton's offense is going to have an opportunity.
And you know that Yankton's offense is going to be excited to take that opportunity and see what they can do with it.
Their offense is essentially ran as a 2-minute drill, so 2-minute drills do not bother them one bit. Now, you do see it bite them in the rear end of here and there with the false starts, getting a little jumpy, but it's something Muth is willing to sacrifice for a fast offense that's hard to stop. Feet are stomping at Crane Youngworth. Lounsbury looks to throw it, has time over the top, put way too much on it, incomplete. Now you've got 4th and 11 from the 19-yard line. That would be a 36-yard field goal attempt. If you go for it, 11 yards is tough. We'll see what Pierre does on offense. And now we'll have a timeout. It's called by the Governors. Another Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break for Pierre. We'll take that break and be back for the remainder of the first half here on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
My name is Len Peterson, and at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there really is a difference. I think a big difference that Elkhorn Valley Bank offers customers is a quick turnaround in loan decision. We try to make a quick and accurate decision for our customers so they can get quick answers and run their businesses as smoothly as they can. A community banker builds a relationship, plain and simple. Elkhorn Valley Bank, great for you, great for your community.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, we treat our patients like family. We have an experienced and caring dental team. We take the time to make sure you understand your oral health and answer any questions you have about your dental treatments. We take pride in educating our patients. Whether you need fillings, crowns or bridges, dental implants, just a teeth cleaning, or even Botox, come visit us at 1818 Broadway Avenue. And remember, we take care of the entire family.
Back here at Crane Youngworth Field in Yankton, South Dakota, the Bucks on defense. 4th and 11 for the Governors, who have the ball on the Yankton 19. They look to be going for it. Lounsbury drops back to pass, steps up through the pressure, has some room to run. He's going to use his legs, back up across. He's got the first down, I believe. He needed 11. If he got the first down, he certainly got exactly 11. We'll see whose ball it is. Ball is spotted at the 8-yard line. That is about what they needed. And some finger pointing on each side, and they will give him 11 yards on the carry. So for the first time, we see Caleb Lounsbury use his legs, and what a big play. 11 yards on 4th and 11, TJ. 1st and goal now here for the Governors, who are going to be happy to let that clock run yet again. And that one, you know, TJ, I think they made the right call. I think he had the first down. I thought it from up here. And, of course, the Yankton crowd maybe not thrilled with it, as a 4th down stop would have been big. But either way, 1st and goal here for the Governors, who look to push it in. Lounsbury with Merrill beside him. A single receiver to the left, 2 receivers to the right with a tight end as well. That's Cooper Terwilliger. We have not seen a reception for him. 35 seconds to play. Handoff up the middle. Merrill goes. He was met in the backfield, and that's where he'll get stopped. No pickup. 2nd and goal.
Merrill came flying in, made the initial hit, but then the Bucks defensive line came together and made a group effort to stop the runner.
And as you mentioned, it was a great effort there. Edley Amaro got in on it right away, just disrupted that play. Then Yankton's defensive front was able to take it from there. Another timeout called by the Governors. It's another Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. 24 seconds on the clock, and Pierre has done a nice job of using that clock because they've still got 1 timeout left. 24 seconds is enough to run a few plays here in the red zone, but Yankton Bucks defense looking to stand strong as Pierre will get the second half kickoff, TJ. You feel like if they do score here, they'll have just a little momentum to make it an exciting second half.
And Pierre being Pierre, they're going to look to do that. They're going to go in at halftime. They're going to make some adjustments. They're going to come out. They may be even more explosive than they have been on this drive.
And coming up, our Vishay Yankton halftime show. During that, we'll have stats, game trends, changes expect to see, and, of course, our highlighted player of the week. This week, it is Carter Boomsma, so you'll want to stay tuned during halftime to hear that interview with Carter Boomsma of the Bucks, a senior player, a great player. Second and goal here, Pierre with it. Lounsbury takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Merrill, rolls out to the far side, hits his receiver in stride, touchdown Pierre! Jaron Deal brings it in for a 9-yard touchdown. And as we just said, Pierre is going to make this interesting, and just like that, they have done so. 21-6, the Governors for the first time on the board, and they'll set up their extra point, making this again a 2-possession lead for Yankton. TJ, that was just a great design on that play from the Governors. Fake the handoff to Merrill because Yankton expecting to run. They've been running that clock so well. Just a beautifully designed play as now the extra point is up, and it is good from Carter Templeton of the Governors. 21-7, that makes your score as we near the end of the half. We'll take one final break before halftime and be back in just a moment. You're watching and listening live to Yankton Bucks football. Doctors Lane, Reed, and Cole Swatsky make up the SWAT Chiropractic team. Check out their new location at 2000 Summit Street, Yankton, South Dakota. At SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, they'll treat your neck and back pain, headaches and migraines, plantar fasciitis, sciatica, sports injuries, elbow, knee, rotator cuff, nerve injuries, and more. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy. Let them get you ready for wherever life leads you. And we've got 18 seconds left to play in the first half. Yankton leads 21-7, but the Governors got things rolling on offense for the first time of the night. They punch it in, a touchdown thrown from Caleb Lounsbury to Jaron Deal that went 9 yards into the goal. The goal line, and now a kickoff here. It's the second one that Yankton has received. Again, they got the one to start the game, scored right away. Pierre is going to get the second half kickoff, so you feel like right there that touchdown has them back in this game. It's only a 2-score difference, and these two teams are going to be fighting hard in the second half. We'll see if the Bucks, with 18 seconds, 2 timeouts they've got, we'll see if they try anything or if they take a knee and send this one into the half, happy with a 14-point lead. Again, our Vishay Yankton halftime show coming up, including an interview with Carter Boomsma. You'll want to keep it here, and a squib kick on the ground as off the hand, and at the 22 is where Yankton will just have to drop on it. Carson Kroll, I thought it was Carson Kroll. No, that's number 9, not 8. Talon Kenny falls on it. Now 16 seconds. TJ, what do you expect to see from this Bucks offense?
Well, a lot of offenses would take the knee and go into halftime, but I don't think the Yankton Bucks are going to do that.
2 timeouts, 16 seconds to play. We'll see how aggressive Muth wants to play it. This offense is prone to big plays. Wouldn't be shocked if they just try a couple of deep passes. If both fall incomplete on that third down, then you can maybe take a knee. But it does look like they are taking a knee to just send this one to the half. Tate Bestie on the snap. He does go to a knee to our surprise. He'll lose a yard. The clock will start running. And that will take us to the half in which Yankton is leading this one 21-7. We're still not quite there. 2 seconds to go now. Both teams will vacate the field. What a game here we've got tonight. 21-7, the Bucks leading this one, but Pierre making things interesting with a late first half touchdown. 21-7 when we return as we enter our Vishay Yankton halftime show. It's homecoming for Yankton. Lots of excitement on the field, and there's been plenty of big plays. When we return, we'll be back for the Vishay Yankton halftime show on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. Floor Tech Cleaning and Restoration in Yankton, Mitchell, and Norfolk and surrounding areas is the call you need to make when you need your carpets, ductwork, or a trauma cleanup. With 24-hour emergency services for fire and water, mold mitigation, and reconstruction services for residential and commercial properties. Locally owned and operated at 220 East 3rd Street in Yankton.
When your home or floor is wet, call Floor Tech.
MT and RC Smith Insurance has been a part of the Yankton community since 1949. Our agency would love to help you with your home, auto, business, life, and long-term care insurance needs.
We take pride in providing you with quality service when you have a claim or need to make changes to your coverage.
The MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency is flexible to meet with you in person or at the office at 204 West 4th Street. Give them a call for insurance changes, payments, claims, or service requests.
Les Schwab Tires, located at 2809 Broadway in Yankton. It's the place to buy tires with all different tread types to fit your needs and rims ready to make your vehicle shine. Not only do they sell tires, they fix them too. Flats, brakes, alignments, and more. You can feel confident that your car will be taken care of. No waiting for your tires, they should have them in stock. If you're looking for tractor or semi-tires, those are available too. Les Schwab Tires, where the sign says it all.
Hi, it's Linda at Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. Ladies, come into the store for all your new fall clothing needs. There's Tribal, there's Lulu Bee, Ethel, and Southern Lady. The nursery has everything you need for gift giving, baptism, copper pearl bibs, magnetic sleepers, swaddlers, toddlers, clothing, and boys and girls Under Armour to size 7. Don't forget toys and little golden books. Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton.
Authentic Mexican food goods with the family touch is here in Yankton at Angela's Mexican Store. From fresh produce and meats to the spices and the snacks you miss from home. Traveling or just moved? No problem. They accept money from many different countries. Check out the different kinds of money on the wall. Family owned, family loved. They treat you like family. Angela's Mexican Store, where culture meets community. Stop in today.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
The Bonesetter Chiropractic, Yankton. I'm Dr. TJ Stotz. When you need chiropractic, we're here. We use a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, and state-of-the-art examination techniques. We're happy to offer exercise and supplement advice as well. The Bonesetter Chiropractic, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, Yankton. Call or text 605-401-5701. Bringing you comfort when there's discomfort.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team, fixing pickles since 1984.
Welcome to the Vishay Yankton Halftime Show. Vishay Yankton, building the DNA of tech. All the stats, game trends, and everything Yankton Bucks football now.
And back to the field here for our Vishay Yankton Halftime Show, as we'll get the Vishay logo up here on our screen on Yankton streaming on YouTube. We do have some halftime festivities with the marching band. But again, our sponsor of the halftime show, Vishay Yankton, to find the world's future. Vishay electronic components bring to life the world's most important products. Products that touch lives everywhere, every day. Vishay, building the DNA of Tech. They've added an extra 5 minutes on to the halftime. I know we just put up the graphic, but with the pep band on the field, we'll tear it down so you can watch that as well. We'll keep the camera on the action here on the field. But 21-7, Yankton leads this one over Pierre TF Riggs. This game is anything but over, and Yankton got up to a 21-0 lead. But TJ, you kind of felt like you knew it wasn't going to stay a scoreless game from the Governors.
Well, Pierre has, like you said in the pregame, Pierre's been to the Dome 8 years in a row. That means that these guys on the field, they were second, third, and fourth graders the last time they weren't in the Dome. So when you've been watching your team play for that long and be that successful, you don't give up.
And that's a great point I hadn't even thought of. Under 10 years of age since the last time your team did not make it into the Dome for a championship game. That is just absolute insanity. And you got to give props to Pierre's football organization. I mean, it is not easy to make it to the Dome. So many teams try every year, and a lot of them fall. But Yankton looks like they are wanting to punch their ticket to the championship game this year. Your halftime stats will start with the Pierre TF Riggs Governors. Again, they're a 3-1 team, coming coached by Steve Steele. Carter Merrill running the ball, 10 carries, 45 yards on the ground. Now, I will say 43 of those 45 came off of 3 carries. So the other 7 carries have equaled a total of 2 yards gained. Caleb Lounsbury firing the football, 5 of 12, 52 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. It was Cale Hazelhorst. And who else? Hazelhorst has been a ball hawk all year. He was a ball hawk all last year. Maybe didn't get some of the honors at the end of the season that he deserved. Feel like he's almost making up for it this year, making sure there's no mistake in the caliber of player he is. Receiving the football for Pierre, Jaron Deal, 2 catches, 19 yards, 1 touchdown. Carter Shufflebine has a catch for 7 yards. Lincoln Dill just 1 reception, that went for 13 yards. And Carter Merrill, who has all but 1 carry for the team, also has a catch that went for 13 yards. 1 penalty that's gone against the Governors, and it only went for 4 yards. It was a smart penalty in the end zone where Abel Bryan had a wide-open touchdown. Defender got beat and just decided to pull him to the ground, make him try it again. Your stats for your Yankton Bucks. Jason Lachek running the football, 14 attempts, 54 yards, 1 touchdown, just shy of 4 yards on average. Tate Bessie has 3 carries in this one that have went for 21 yards. Carter Boomsma had the 1 carry, 4 yards. And Carson Krall, 2 attempts, 5 yards, and he did get the first touchdown. He got the scoring rolling here. Tate Bestie has been accurate with the football outside of just a couple passes. 14 of 18, though. 130 yards and 1 touchdown. 0 interceptions, 0 fumbles, and really that is so important for your quarterback to not give up any turnovers. Owen Eidsness in this one, 5 catches, 46 yards, and a touchdown. Cale Hazelhorst, 2 receptions, 37 yards. Abel Bryan has 3 catches that have went for 25 yards. Carter Boomsma, 1 reception, 8 yards. Jason Lachek, 1 catch, 6 yards. And Talon Kenny, his first reception of the year, went for 8 yards. Here is the difference between Pierre and Yankton, even though this doesn't favor Yankton. And Yankton's up 21-7. Yankton with 7 penalties for 55 yards in the first half compared to Pierre TF Riggs, who had 1 penalty, and it only went for 4 yards. Again, this is the Vishay Yankton halftime show. Coming up, we've also got the Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning halftime beyond the game. I did mention how I got to chat with a senior on the Yankton Bucks squad. It was Carter Boomsma. Let's take a listen to that interview right now. On our Vishay Yankton halftime show, it's the highlighted player of the week. This week, chatting with senior Carter Boomsma. Carter, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. And last week, you took on a very good Harrisburg team. It was a tough matchup. But what do you take from that game to try and get better as a team?
Yeah, so they were a really athletic team. They had a lot of depth everywhere, and they were a really good team. So Pierre's going to be really good as well. So kind of good that we're having them in back-to-back weeks.
You had some nice plays last week as well as throughout the season. Could you walk me through the play where you just ripped it from the receiver's hands?
Yeah, so I can't remember the coverage, but I saw the guy. I got there. I was kind of hoping he'd throw it to him, honestly, and he did. I got my hand in there, and I just ripped it out. That's about it.
And I got to ask, did you consider that an interception or a fumble recovery?
I thought it was an interception. I had a lot of people say it was a fumble recovery, but I think it was an interception.
Now you take on Pierre at home. How excited are you for the game?
I'm really excited. We've had this is a big game for us, and it's homecoming, so yeah, there's going to be a lot of energy, and it's going to be a really good game.
What are you looking to see from you and your team in this game?
I hope we just play to I hope we just play to ourselves, play our game. I feel like we're really good when we play our game, so if we can just stick to what we do, I feel like it'll be a really good game for us.
Final question, Carter, how do you get ready on game day for that first snap?
Before the game, I'm pretty locked in. I just listen to music, and I don't really talk. I kind of keep to myself, so I just stay locked in, and first snap, I'm just ready to go.
Well, Carter, appreciate the chat. Thanks for the time, and let's go Bucks.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Triple Time Rudy's on the corner of 16th and Broadway, Yankton. Stop in and check out their wide variety of items. Grab some snacks, whether you want chips, popcorn, or something sweet, they have it. Ice-cold beverages, or when you need that boost in the morning, coffee. You can also grab the best locally produced meats, meat sticks, and cheeses in the area. Guaranteed fresh. For those hot days, grab a Freezy too. Get all your car needs and 5 cents off a gallon when using cash. All at Triple Time Rudy's, Yankton.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small, just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
For whatever plumbing needs that come your way, trust your local guys at Pfeiffer Plumbing and Heating of Yankton. Leaky faucets, boilers, or anything in between. Rest assured it'll get done the right way. Looking for new plumbing? You got it. Pfeiffer Plumbing and Heating takes care of residential and commercial, from houses to hospitals to banks. Pfeiffer Plumbing and Heating of Yankton takes away the stress and provides great results. Locally owned and operated, and proud to support Yankton Athletics.
Hi, I'm Franny Kiefer with the Yankton School District Alumni Association. We strive to create a community of alumni and friends who support extracurricular and educational opportunities in the Yankton School District through scholarships, grants, innovative education opportunities, and staff appreciation. With us, you will keep connected to a community of Yankton School District alumni and friends all over. You can help continue to pay it forward and help future graduates. Register today at the Yankton School District Alumni Association website.
Your local KFC Taco Bell at 2504 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton offers 2 menus combined into one. Something for everyone at KFC Taco Bell. When your family's hungry and can't decide between crispy chicken and mashed potatoes or tacos, burritos, and protein bowls, well, you don't have to choose. Get the best of both worlds in one stop. Cool down with the legendary Baja Blast Freeze or heat things up with a variety of hot sauces. KFC Taco Bell Yankton. Why pick one when you can have both?
Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team specializing in all things heating and cooling, as well as heat and glow gas, wood, and electric fireplaces, humidifiers and dehumidifiers, and all styles of ductless mini-split systems. Whether you are building or remodeling, our team of innovative experts will get you the correct equipment and indoor air quality accessories you need for your home or business. Remember, Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team for all things heating and cooling for the past 77 years. Go Bucks and Gazelles.
Looking for a photo that actually looks like you, but better? At Meridian Photo, we specialize in capturing personality, not just poses. Whether it's headshots, high school seniors, family sessions, or team and individual sports photos, we'll make you look like a legend. We've just landed in the Meridian District of Yankton. Book your session today at meridian-photo.com or give us a call at 605-655-4598. Meridian Photo. Be you. You deserve it.
Looking to buy a home or maybe sell? Trust the name that puts you first. America's Best Realty. From your first showing to the final signature, their expert agents guide you every step of the way. Fast closings, top market value, and real service you can count on. Your dream home, they will find it. Selling fast, they will make it happen. Call America's Best Realty at 605-260-1600. America's Best Realty, because you deserve the best.
Larson Carpet has all your flooring needs. Step into their showroom to see a wide selection of all types of flooring. They have soft and luxurious carpet that's sure to bring comfort to your home. Stylized tile to make any room pop. Different color options of hardwood to make matching easy. And convenient vinyl plank for when spills happen. Of course, with the best customer service in the area. Their knowledgeable staff will make sure to answer any questions you might have. Larson Carpet, 212 Walnut.
Back on our Vacher Yankton halftime show. It's time for Halftime Beyond the Game, brought to you by Kalen's Indoor Comfort, Heating, and Air Conditioning. When you want comfort, you want Kalen's. Of course, it is homecoming tonight. They had the burning of the Y, as they do every year. Last night, the homecoming parade earlier today. I was lucky enough to get to drive through that homecoming parade in our Classic Hits 106.3 Mustang. It's always a fun time for homecoming in Yankton. But of course, there's always more going on than just this. Tomorrow into the weekend, there's a marching band varsity event. That's against Sioux City North at Olson Stadium, Morningside College. Now, the time on that to be determined. I'm sure probably an all-day event. You just might have to go to the event to find out when they're going to be going. Soccer will have both a girls JV game, boys varsity game, and a girls varsity game. We'll have that live on Yankton, streaming on YouTube. Join Rich Wright on the call as the boys varsity starts at noon, girls varsity at 2 o'clock. Plenty of volleyball also going on tomorrow, a girls 9A match, JV match, sophomore 9B match, and varsity match, all against Aberdeen Central. And that is at Aberdeen Central High School. Those soccer games I was talking about are going to be at Yankton First Dakota Soccer Park. And then on Sunday, South Dakota junior football games from 1 to 5:30. Into next week, early on for Monday, a Title I informational night. That'll be from 5:15 to 6 o'clock at Beetle Elementary School. Then a golf boys varsity ESD meet at 10 a.m. against multiple schools at Brandon Golf Course. Tennis with a girls varsity ESD tournament at Yankton High School against multiple schools. And then volleyball with a middle school girls 7th and 8th matches against Norfolk Junior at Yankton Middle School North Gym. And again, football with a JV game against T-Area at Crane Youngworth Field. Into Tuesday, well, if you didn't do a good job on your first round of pictures, high school picture retake day. It'll be 9 a.m. until noon at the high school YCAH hallway. Plenty of football, volleyball, competitive cheer going on as well. Nothing on Wednesday. Into Thursday, cross country, soccer, 9th grade football, volleyball, the Lincoln Elementary Fall Carnival from 5 to 6:30 at Lincoln Elementary School on Thursday. And then, of course, into next Friday, more Yankton Bucks football as they travel into Sturgis to take on the Sturgis Brown Scoopers. And that game will be played at 6 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 o'clock Central Time. We'll be out in Sturgis. And, of course, you can tune in to watch and listen live on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. Still at the half, the Yankton Bucks lead this one. Your score 21-7. Pierre scored a late touchdown in that first half. They'll receive the second half kickoff. TJ, you get a little bit of momentum. It was 21-0. Yankton had all the momentum in the world. Pierre took just a little bit of momentum entering our half and look to see their offense maybe moving the ball a little bit better in the second half, but that Yankton defense has done its job pretty well.
Yeah, the Yankton defense has done a great job, and I think when we started the game, we talked about how important it was going to be to get pressure on that quarterback, Lansbury. But one of the best parts of our defense in that first half was our time of possession of the ball. Not letting their offense on the field helped us out quite a bit.
And it is easier when your defense gets plenty of rest in between every possession. as the Bucks now taking to the field again in their red home jerseys, trimmed out in white. No sign of the Pierre Governors yet, as lots to discuss if they want to try and get back into this game. We knew it was going to be exciting. We knew Yankton wouldn't make it easy, and we knew that Pierre wouldn't make it easy on the flip side. Two teams that just do not like each other, and they somehow always find themselves playing each other in monstrous matchups. As we load up some scores from around the state here, as Huron currently on top of Spearfish now. Spearfish had the lead there late into the first half. Huron at the half, 15-12 they lead. That is a great game. We'll keep you updated on that throughout the rest of the night. Brookings on top of Sioux Falls Roosevelt in the third quarter, 14-0. Another good game going on there. And again, another good game. Sturgis Brown taking on Aberdeen Central, at halftime. It's 13-7. Sturgis Brown leads. They are fourth in the polls. Mitchell and T area tied up right now as they are entering their second half of play. 14 apiece. Of course, here on the field tonight, 21-7. Yankton leads this one, and then Watertown up big time against Douglas at the half. 41-0. They put 3 minutes back on the clock to let the teams warm up as Pierre back out on the field as well. 3 minutes. We'll take our final break of the half when we return. Kickoff and Bucks football on the way, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton.
Do you realize what your Yankton Hy-Vee has to offer? Aisles online, delivery, catering, fresh floral and bakery departments, pharmacy with drive-up and online prescription refills, Hy-Vee Health Market, dietitian service, fresh seafood department, U.S. Postal Substation, take and bake for breakfast, and family meal deals. Yes, all that and more is at your Yankton Hy-Vee, located on the corner of 21st Street and Broadway Avenue in Yankton. Yankton Rexall in the Meridian District, Yankton, for all your gifts and decor needs. It's the only place in town to find both Hallmark ornaments and cards for any occasion. They also have Willow Tree and Precious Moments collectibles, the perfect anniversary and wedding gifts, nativity scenes, Watkins products, and single $1 chocolates. The Yankton Rexall Pharmacy for all your prescription needs. Yankton Rexall at the corner of 3rd and Douglas, downtown Yankton.
Dive into the delicious all-you-can-eat Asian buffet, featuring mouth-watering Asian cuisine like broccoli beef, General Chicken, sesame chicken, so much more. Or choose from a fresh selection of meats, noodles, rice, vegetables, Asian-inspired sauces, and watch them sizzle on the Mongolian grill. Plus tantalizing desserts, including ice cream. Get your fill at King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, North Broadway, Yankton.
Sure the weather hasn't caused damage to your roof? Let Justice at H&H Roofing in Yankton take any roof damage worries away. He'll come and inspect your roof. Even if you've had an inspection, get a second opinion or re-inspection for your peace of mind. H&H Roofing has built their reputation on working to satisfy homeowners for years. Family owned and operated. H&H Roofing is bonded and insured. Contact Justice today.
Back to the field as we wrap up our Vichy Yankton halftime show. They haven't quite put the 12 minutes on the clock, but we want to make sure to be live as soon as Bucks football is back in action. 21-7, Yankton leads it over the Pierre TF Riggs Governors. And if you're wondering, it's been a great game so far. Yankton out to the early 21-0 lead, but Pierre marched down the field, got their first score off of a long drive. They did a nice job managing the clock and not even giving an opportunity for Yankton's offense to take back to the field. If you're tuned in on Classic Hits 106.3 and would like to watch this game live, you can tune in on Yankton streaming on YouTube. And if you want to be notified every time we go live with Yankton football, well, all you got to do is subscribe to Yankton streaming, the profile itself, and we only go live when we've got Yankton Bucks athletics or Gazelles athletics. 12 minutes put onto the clock. Liam Villanueva has backed up. The Governors on the field as well, set to return this kickoff. Governors trail 14, but coming off a touchdown drive, looking to repeat that and make it a one-score game. Villanueva boots it high up middle of the field, as this one will be caught at the 1-yard line. The Governors will be forced to take it out. Some good blocks up ahead, diving forward. They'll get up to the 29-yard line. Decent starting field position for what felt like, you fielded at your own 1, TJ. Feels like you would rather that just go out the end zone.
And he was just a mere inches away from having a touchback there. That was a great kickoff.
And for Yankton, they are probably hoping it would have been a touchback, because that would have put them at the 20. Instead, the Governors start from their own 29-yard line. As we have more game action, plenty to come here, as we're just over halfway done with it now. Lounsbury will hand it off to Merrill right away. Gets a nice hole to run through. A first down. He stays on his feet through the contact. A pickup of just shy of 20.
Not a good way to start the second half. In the first half, that play was stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Instead, he bounced off of too many kick tackles to count.
And they will credit him with a 20-yard pickup. 1st and 10 again for Pierre, now at their own 48-yard line. And that's really the difference between Pierre's offense when it was working and when it wasn't. When Carter Merrill was able to run the ball well, he's now the leading rusher in the game for each side with 65 yards on the ground. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Now flipping to the left side is Jaron Deal. Lounsbury out of the shotgun with Merrill behind him. A pitch. Carter Merrill gets it yet again up the middle. Plenty of room to run. Crosses into Bucks territory, deep into it before he's brought down around the Bucks 24-yard line. We knew Pierre would come out swinging, and that they have done. A 29-yard pickup for Carter Merrill. 49 yards on 2 rushing attempts from this Pierre offense to start.
And both of those attempts looked like he was trying to get to the outside, but he cut back through the middle. And I think now they've designed that play to do that, because in the first half, their first couple of drives, he was stopped from getting around the end.
And that is what having a senior running back will do for you. Coach Steele talked very highly about Carter Merrill and the difference it gave this offense when he was on the field. 1st and 10 again here for the Governors, now on the Bucks 23-yard line. They've moved the ball well on this drive and quickly. Carter Merrill for the 3rd time in a row. This time runs into Bucks defenders. He's somersaulted over the top of Chase Platt up to the 20-yard line. And he'll pick up about 4 on the carry. They'll give him 3, 2nd and 7. That feels like even though it's not really a big play for the Yankton defense, after the last 2 runs, that one feels like a big stop. Nearly 2 minutes into the 3rd quarter, and Pierre is moving with the football quickly. The Bucks defense with a handful here, as now we are 2 minutes into the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 7 on the Bucks 20-yard line. The Governors with the football. 2 receivers far out to the left, 1 to the right. A quick pass. That one caught Jaron Deal behind the line of scrimmage. Dives forward. What a tackle, though. Play made by Brennan Gilmore. A pickup of maybe a yard. Jaron Deal, his 3rd catch for 20 yards. But now 3rd and 6 after Gilmore. What a tackle for this Bucks defense. Now the crowd stomping their feet. If the Bucks can somehow get a stop here and not allow a Pierre score, they've got to feel like the momentum has swung clearly in their favor. But it's not going to be easy. 3rd and 6 to go here. The Governors with a wide out deep set. They'll fake the handoff and go on the near side into the end zone. It's caught. Is it in bounds? They'll say out of bounds, incomplete pass.
What a close play. And what a fantastic catch.
Shufflebine nearly came down with an incredible catch. It was a nice throw from Lounsbury. Better catch from Shufflebine. Just couldn't quite bring it in. Had he thrown that maybe half a second earlier, we would be saying touchdown for the Governors. Instead, it's 4th and 6, and Pierre will be forced to go for it yet again on 4th down. And this is exactly what I was just saying. If the Bucks can get away with no points given up on this drive, they're going to be feeling really good about the start to this second half. Fourth down, 6. Lounsbury pump fakes the first pass, then deflected at the line. Turnover on downs. The Bucks take over on offense.
Talon Kenny there to make the deflection. He batted that ball down.
What a play. Talon Kenny comes up huge for the Bucks defense. That was a no question, not going anywhere, as that one will give the Bucks the football now with 8:58 to play in the third quarter. The lead remains the same, 21-7, and that just might be the defensive play of the game. And, well, we didn't see the flag on the play, and it was a holding on the Yankton defense. That will give an automatic first down for the Governors, 1st and goal now. So what a swing there, TJ. A defensive hold, 1st and goal for Pierre. Lounsbury out of the shotgun, works with Carter Merrill behind him, flips it back to him. Merrill up the middle, finds a seam, falls down. He gets near the end zone. Picks up 8, 2nd and goal now from the 2-yard line. And now Pierre an opportunity to make this a one-score game. It hasn't been a one-score game since the first quarter, TJ. 8.5 to play in the third quarter, though. And the Governors have moved the ball well. Neither of us even saw the penalty flag on the play. You wonder if it was behind on the far side of the field, but 2nd and goal from the 2. Lounsbury again from the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. An extra blocking tight end here, expected to go to Merrill. It does on the near side, pushes it through. Touchdown, Governors. A 2-yard touchdown, and we are in a one-possession game here at Crane Youngworth Field. 21-13, the Governors have made a game out of it. We thought they might do this, and exciting here on the field. And now for the extra point here, Carter Templeton to make it a 7-point game. The snap is good, nearly blocked, but it does go through as Gilmore nearly got his hands on it, but 21-14 your score. We've got a 1-touchdown difference. When we return, the Yankton Bucks offense will be on the field. That's coming up on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Dive into the delicious all-you-can-eat Asian buffet, featuring mouth-watering Asian cuisine like broccoli beef, General Chicken, sesame chicken, so much more. Or choose from a fresh selection of meats, noodles, rice, vegetables, Asian-inspired sauces, and watch them sizzle on the Mongolian grill. Plus tantalizing desserts, including ice cream. Get your fill at King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, North Broadway, Yankton.
21-14 on your Fox stop of Yankton scoreboard. The Governors come out of the gates. They score a touchdown. And it was a 4th down stop by Talon Kenny, TJ. But the flag gave an automatic first down. And they push it in. The 2nd touchdown of the night for the Governors. This time, Carter Merrill with it. And who else? Brought him all the way back down there. Might as well give it to him in the red zone.
It sure feels like the Pierre's come out much more explosive than the Bucks have. The Bucks started the game more explosive, but now Pierre's taken over.
21-14 your score. Bucks to receive the kickoff as this one put up high into the air. Tegan LaCroix, though, runs up, catches it at the 16-yard line. He'll reverse fields, trying to follow his block. He can be a dangerous return man across the 30 to the 40, up to midfield. A great starting spot for this Bucks offense. Tegan LaCroix, I just said, a dangerous return man, and he just proved that right, up to the 50-yard line, and that's where this Bucks offense will start in the third quarter. This Bucks offense moves quickly. I wouldn't expect them to try and drain too much of the clock. They're going to want to score, and they're going to want to score quick. They actually have them at Pierre's 49, so less than half the field to go here for Yankton. 1st and 10, into motion is Sedlacek. He gets the jet sweep. Patience behind his blocking. Tries setting the edge to the 50 before he's dragged out of bounds. He picked up 2 yards on the carry, maybe 3. But Jay Sedlacek waited behind his line for quite some time before trying to pick up the yards, and that was the right call. 2nd down, 7 to go. Yankton moving quickly as expected on offense. Eidsness and O'Brien to the left side of Tate Bestie. 2 receivers to the right. A 3-yard pickup on first down, and Yankton looks to keep pushing the ball. Downfield throws. Bestie, that one caught. Abe O'Brien at the 30, slips the first defender out at the 20.
Excellent reception by Abe O'Brien there, and he made sure he had the ball. He turned and he broke a tackle, picking up 5 more yards.
26 yards on that completion. Tate Bestie's first attempt, and Abe O'Brien his 4th catch. He's really made a big impact in the last couple of games here. 1st and 10, Yankton on Pierre's 20-yard line. As expected, they have been moving the ball quickly. 1 receiver to the right, 1 to the left. It's Abe O'Brien. Sedlacek directly behind Bestie on the option. Bestie fakes the pitch backwards, drives it forward for a 2-yard pickup.
He was operating with the short side of the field there, and he made the right decision to pull that back in and just take the 1 yard.
So Tate Bestie keeps it himself. They're saying on the field at the 18, looks more like the 19. A 1-yard pickup, 2nd and 9. Bestie his 4th rushing attempt of the night. 21-14 Bucks lead, but this Yankton offense moving quickly. Just over 6.5 to play. Bestie rolls out, has some grass, following his block to the 10-yard line. He runs out at the 7, 1st down Yankton. 1st and goal, I should say, Yankton. A 12-yard pickup from Tate Bestie. He doesn't always use his legs, but when he does, it's usually a big pickup. This Bucks offense, about 2 minutes in of having the ball, is threatening to score. 1st and goal. 2 receivers on the left side of the line, 1 to the right. Jason Sedlacek stands 1.5 feet behind Bestie. Another option. Bestie again wants to keep it, tries to switch up to field. Midfield, that is, and he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, maybe lost a half yard. 2nd and goal.
And Pierre was all over that play once again. Again, Bestie makes the right decision and pulls it down even for a loss.
2nd and goal now for Yankton as Hazelhorst out of the game. A little surprised to see a lengthy receiver. You like to have him as a red zone threat, but Yankton will work without him as Eidsness and Abe O'Brien alongside each other on the left side. Now Eidsness will shift sides. 8 yards between the line of scrimmage and the end zone. Bestie takes the snap, drops back to pass, has some time, stays in the pocket. Now he's going to roll out, uses his legs into the middle. Touchdown, Tate Bestie! Tate Bestie brings it in from 8 yards out. He only had 3 rushing attempts in the first half. 4 rushing attempts in this first drive of the second half. Yankton back up 2 possessions. 27-14, your new score on the Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. And again, you just watched the replay brought to you by Yankton with Nelson. 5:40 to play in the 3rd quarter. Yankton back on top, 2 scores. 27-14 as of right now. Ortiz trying to make it 28. And he'll do exactly that. 28-14, the Bucks have doubled up the Governors so far in the game. 5:40 to play in the 3rd quarter. When we return, the Bucks kick it off, and the Governors again back to work on offense. That's on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Weather around here gets pretty crazy. Are you sure the weather hasn't caused damage to your roof? Let Justice at H&H Roofing in Yankton take any roof damage worries away. He'll come and inspect your roof. Even if you've had an inspection, get a second opinion or re-inspection for your peace of mind. H&H Roofing has built their reputation on working to satisfy homeowners for years. Family owned and operated. H&H Roofing is bonded and insured. Contact Justice today.
And back to the field. The Bucks lead at 28-14 as you watch and listen live on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. Bucks lead at 28-14 after the touchdown from the legs of Tate Bestie. And the Bucks back on top. 2 touchdowns, the difference in this one. The Governors on offense, their last 2 possessions have resulted in touchdowns, and they are going to need to. Something we talked about in the pregame is, are they going to be able to keep up with the Yankton offense that scores so many points so frequently? Liam Villanueva back out onto the field to boot this one away. Governors on the field to receive. Villanueva runs up, puts this one into the air. Again, that one returned at the 1-yard line is where they'll start, up to the 15 and up to the 24-yard line. That's where the Governors offense will start. And the situation for the Governors is they're going to have to score points, and they're going to have to score them relatively quick. Right now, 17.5 total minutes to play in this game. And for Yankton, they've got the advantage. Now, they run the fast offense. The Governors offense is the one not doing quite as much scoring regularly. But again, you get your starting running back after a couple of missed games, and that can certainly be the difference between a 15 points per game and even up to 25 points per game. Governors need 14 to tie it up. One possession at a time, they'll have to try and take it. Terwilliger moves onto the right side of the line. Carter Merrill once again into his hands. He's driven down at the 28-yard line. A pickup of 4 yards, and it's 2nd and 6.
Good job by Yankton defensive line to string that towards the edge. But we would like to see this defensive line explode across the line a little better. They're having a hard time getting into the backfield so far this half.
And you said it, in the first half, Carter Merrill, 5 times of his 10 carries, was stopped either for no gain or for loss of yardage. In the second half, he has yet to be stopped at the line of scrimmage or behind it. 2nd and 6 here. Some confusion from the Pierre offense. They've got 4 seconds to snap the football. Lounsbury out of the shotgun looks to fire it. Pump fakes up the middle, has a defender's hand on him, somehow completes a pass to Terwilliger at the 37-yard line. What a play there. You got to give props. Very impressive on the 8-yard pickup from Lounsbury to Terwilliger on his first catch of the night.
He was all but wrapped up, but he had the presence of mind to stay with the play and was able to get a pass off and picked up the first down.
1st and 10 here for Pierre on the 37-yard line. Governors not moving very quickly on offense, which is a little bit of a surprise to see. As now they'll hand it off, yet again stopped for a pickup of only 1 yard. Incomplete pass. And TJ, it almost looked like they just had the almost looked like they handed it off on a jet sweep. Next thing you know, the quarterback was throwing the football. 2nd and 10 as that one. Well, no, it was a jet sweep, so they announced it on the field here. They had me all sorts of mixed up. A 1-yard carry, 2nd and 9, Clock will continue to run. Dropping back, Lounsbury fires it deep to Jaron, nearly hauls in the one-hander, instead falls incomplete. Jaron Deal nearly had it.
And he had a step on the defender. Talon Kenny was able to just keep up enough and got a hand in his face to stop him from catching that ball.
One thing I noticed right there, Tegan LaCroix doesn't look to be putting full weight on that knee. He seems to be staying on the field for now on 3rd and 9. But that's something to keep an eye on. Tegan LaCroix is such an important player for this Bucks team. Certainly a tough player, though, as he's just going to stick it out and stay out for 3rd and 9 here. On 3rd down, Lounsbury rolls out to the near side, fires it across his body, caught at the 50-yard line. That one into Shufflebind, makes a few defenders miss, up to the 35-yard line of the Bucks, on the Bucks side of the field. A pickup of 27 from Lounsbury to Shufflebind.
And it was Tegan LaCroix in defense of that pass. And you're right, he didn't quite explode up onto the ball like he normally would.
And you wonder if he is kind of hurting right now. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully it was just kind of an odd step, what I saw. But he does remain on the field. 1st and 10 for Pierre from the Yankton 35-yard line. We have hit the 3-minute mark in the 3rd quarter. 28-14, Bucks lead this one, but the Governors on offense yet again moving the football. Caleb Lounsbury takes the snap, flips it to Merrill. Merrill stopped at the 35-yard line for no gain. And we just said that's what the Bucks defense needs, and that's exactly what happens. blowing it up was that defensive front. Merrill had nowhere to go with that.
And Gavin Johnson came flying in and made the stop, which is a play we've seen him make so many times before through this year, but we haven't been calling his name very much tonight.
2nd and 10 here for Pierre, and it feels like they thrive in these long situations. Out of the shotgun, Lounsbury, 3 receivers set off to the left. Merrill in the backfield, he'll look to throw it. Across the middle, again is Shufflebind, gets by the first defender, just has one to beat, into the end zone he goes. Shufflebind scores it from 35 yards out. We are back at a 1-possession game. Carter Shufflebind came into this game over 400 receiving yards, multiple touchdowns. He's just going to add on to that total as he's over the 60-yard mark and another touchdown. And 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. It is 28-20 with Pierre leading this, Pierre climbing into it. Yankton leads. Carter Templeton for the extra point. It's blocked. Yankton blocks the extra point. It remains an 8-point difference. 28-20 your score. Bucks offense yet again to take to the field when we return. As they've been good all night, they're going to need another drive because this Pierre offense has it rolling. It's all on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Do you like to read? I love to read. So does Rabin Books, your unique bookstore in Yankton, where you'll find thousands of books from brand new to gently used oldies but goodies, all at unbeatable prices. Trade in your old favorites for credit and be able to explore something new. Whether you're a casual reader or a bookworm, Rabin Books is your next chapter, located at 804 Bill Baggs Road. Rabin Books, where every book finds a home.
Back on the field, what a game we have here at Crane Youngworth Field. 28-20, Yankton leads this one, but Pierre is not going away without a fight. We knew that was going to be the case. 2 minutes to play in the third, and the Bucks an 8-point lead. They are set to receive this kickoff. That blocked extra point, though, TJ, feels like that was worth more than just 1 point, as it keeps an 8-point difference. Should Pierre get a stop, they're going to need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, and that's not going to be easy.
It won't be easy, and not only that, it excites the Bucks. The Bucks, after giving up a touchdown, you can be down on yourself a little bit, but a blocked extra point will sure pump you right back up.
And that is exactly, this could just be a game of who has momentum towards the end of the game. Pierre got a little bit, but as you just mentioned, that energy shifted when Yankton got that blocked extra point. And now they'll do a squib kick to avoid getting it to LaCroix. LaCroix will get it anyways at the 20-yard line. Again, trying to reverse field. He's trying to set the edge. Nearly got around, but he's tripped up at the 31-yard line. TJ, we were inches away from what felt like a long return.
Well, and on the last return, he got about 20 more yards, and the last guy that finally took him down was the kicker. So he just missed hitting that edge there.
So 1st and 10 for this Bucks offense. They'll start from their own 30-yard line. Yankton's offense has been really good so far. Out of the shotgun, Tate Bestie sends out Sedlacek far wide out. Bestie looks to throw it, stays in the pocket now, faces pressure, fires it off the hands of Talon Kenny, incomplete. That is only Tate Bestie's second pass attempt here of the second half. He had 18 in the first half, 2 so far in the third quarter, deep into the third quarter.
Excellent coverage there by Pierre, which made him wait and wait and wait until he had no more options.
As I was saying with Tate Bestie, 130 passing yards first half, 26 so far in the second half. Looks to throw it again, had a man open. Just a misfire there from Tate Bestie. 3rd and 10 now, TJ. And you feel like if Pierre gets a stop on defense, they're going to have momentum with the football coming their way.
Big play right here. Yankton can't afford to give up the ball right now.
3rd down, 10 yards needed. This Bucks offense has only been stopped 1 time, but Pierre trying to get their second stop of the night. 2 receivers on each, the left and right side of the line. Sedlacek in the backfield with Bestie. He'll be used as a quick out. Now a deep fire to Owen Eidsness, too much on it. And I think Bestie maybe thought Eidsness was going to be a straight out route. Eidsness at the line of scrimmage made a move, so he was just 2 steps behind where that ball was put. 4th and 10. Pierre's defense a big stop.
Huge stop, and there was a big pressure there. I think Bestie had to rush that pass more than he wanted to.
And it does feel like the offensive line of Yankton is not held up like they did in that first half. It makes things difficult, and that's why right now we see Tate Bestie in the second half, 1 for 4, 26 yards only. Now the punt from Villanueva. It was nearly blocked. Luckily for Yankton, it wasn't. Shufflebind picks it up, wrapped up, but breaks the first tackle. Ends up still around the same area at the 37, and Pierre will take over on offense. We've got ourselves a game here. 87 seconds to play in the third quarter. Bucks lead at 28-20, but the Governors with the football and a chance to tie it or bring it closer. The best part about having an 8-point lead, though, is you cannot lose your lead in one possession. 1st and 10 for the Governors. Their offense has clicked essentially out of nowhere, TJ. 3 straight possessions, 3 straight touchdowns. Before that, they had nearly 20 yards only of total offense. Terwilliger, a man in motion. He'll be used as a tight end in this set. Lounsbury out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. They're looking to throw it again. Up the middle, Terwilliger wide open, but Lounsbury just overshot him. TJ, that was going all the way. If that was a better throw, that was a touchdown for Pierre.
And Yankton's line did finally get through and beat the defensive line, and they put lots of pressure on Lounsbury. That's where he overthrew that pass.
So Lounsbury on the attempt. It falls incomplete. That one a little bit of a scare, though, for Yankton. If you're the Bucks defense, you're thinking we got away with one there, as their secondary's been so solid all year, but that one was wide open. Lounsbury rolls out off the hands of Terwilliger, falls incomplete. That one Terwilliger needs to catch for Pierre. Yankton happy that he didn't pull it in. 3rd and 10.
I got to hand it to Drace Gaskins. He's the one who's been getting through the line, but now we see him coming off limping.
And, of course, it just feels like bad timing there for Drace Gaskins to be limping. He was one of the homecoming royalty. Congratulations to Drace Gaskins, along with both Eidsness and Bestie, as we see on the ground now. Gaskins getting worked on. Hopefully he'll be all right. Lounsbury from the shotgun. 3rd down. Fires it deep. High up in the air to Shufflebind. As that is out of bounds. He took out a cameraman. Totally leveled him. 4th and 10. And I think right now some of our crew is thinking they're awfully glad they're not on a shoulder rig out on the field, as there was some big contact there. 4th down for Pierre, and back-to-back punts coming up. As no point in going for it on 4th and 10. Yankton will get the ball right back. TJ, now it feels like these defenses have had enough. No more scoring. This is going to come down to one possession could really change the outcome of this game.
It sure feels like both of these defensive teams have played so well all season long, and now it's going to be a fight to the end here.
4th and 10, now 71 seconds to play in the third quarter, as a few incomplete passes, has this third quarter going a little bit longer than what we started with. Just over 13 minutes, a low snap, but a great recovery there. And now catching the punt around the 33-yard line, Owen Eidsness. The Bucks back on offense yet again. They'll be looking to score it. If you could take a lot of the clock off and still score a touchdown, you'd feel awfully good, but this Yankton offense just doesn't roll that way. If they're going to score, it's probably within 3 minutes of possession. Ball is officially spotted at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 here for the Bucks. They've got the 8-point lead on Pierre, but after a 21-0 advantage to start this game, they're feeling a little bit more on edge, and those nerves have kind of probably, they went away and you assume maybe have come back. But this is where great teams really prove that they are great teams. Tate Bestie takes a snap, hands it off up the middle, Sedlacek running backwards, drives forward for a pickup of 3 yards. That's only his 3rd carry now in the second half. I would love to see them get Jay Sedlacek going early. 14 carries for 54 yards and a touchdown he had in the first half. Now 2 carries for 6 yards in the second. 2nd down, 7 yards needed here. Under 40 seconds to play in the third quarter. Bestie takes a snap, and again, Sedlacek gets it. Plenty of room to run. A first down. He's got extra across midfield. He'll be brought down at the Pierre 41-yard line. A 24-yard pickup for Jace Sedlacek on the ground. And TJ, well, ask and you shall receive. I wanted to see more Jace Sedlacek. We saw it in a big pickup for Yankton. 1st and 10 into the Governor's territory. A strong set of receivers to the right. There's 3 of them. Flag will fly. I have a feeling we've got a false start on Yankton. It would be their 9th penalty of the game. It is. That will push them back 5 yards. 1st and 15 coming up here for this Bucks offense. TJ, 9 penalties against Yankton, 1 against Pierre right now.
And that's quite a discrepancy. You never like to see that. But we've only had 1 in this second half so far.
And the clock will continue to run. The Bucks won't be able to get a playoff, so we enter the 4th quarter of play. 28-20. Yankton leads. They're moving the football, but a 1st and 15 when we return. 12 minutes of football to play here on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
From simple sniffles to complex health conditions, the primary care providers at Yankton Medical Clinic will not only see you for your annual visits, screenings, and preventative care, but also provides care for the entire family, from pediatrics to adults. With 4 clinic locations and 15 outreach locations throughout South Dakota and Nebraska, compassionate, quality medical care is closer than you think. For more information on providers, services, and locations, visit our website, yanktonmedicalclinic.com.
As we continually strive to improve the quality of service we provide the Yankton community, the Garden of Memories Cemetery and Winston Ray Funeral Home are pleased to announce the completion of a brand new columbarium. This columbarium is constructed of granite, designed to withstand the test of time. It is for those families choosing cremation and features above-ground outdoor niches, which includes a bronze plaque to memorialize your loved one, as well as indoor glass front niches where families can create a unique memorial with pictures or other family heirlooms. For more information, please give us a call at the Winston Ray Funeral Home in Yankton.
As we return, 1st and 15 for the Bucks. They've got the ball on the Pierce side of the field. Fake handoff. Bestie will take it. Reverse field. Just fires it. Carter Boomsma, the nearest receiver, falls incomplete. And that one, not the worst incomplete pass you've seen. Tate Bestie running for his life back there. Just wanted to give his guy an attempt, but there was 3 defenders in the area. You can't be too unhappy with that one falling incomplete. 2nd and 15 now here for Yankton. Bestie working from the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right side. It's Abe O'Brien on the left side, the lone receiver over there. Bestie all day to throw it. Fires a bullet. Somehow gets it in. Caught. Cale Hazelhorst. 1st down Yankton.
And we're going to be looking to see that connection here to move Yankton right now. Bestie's going to need to find Hazelhorst to gain the momentum back.
Cale Hazelhorst picks up 16 on the catch. What a play there. Bestie put everything he had onto that and a little extra mustard on that dog. 1st and 10 from the 31 here for Yankton. Bestie with an empty backfield. Takes the snap. It's a quarterback keep. Up the middle he goes. He's stopped immediately. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. That is the first designed quarterback run we've seen all night, TJ, and really we don't see it frequently at all in this Muth offense.
On 1st and 10, I'm kind of surprised at that move. It almost felt like a busted play the way it went nowhere.
So now Sedlacek back into the backfield along with Tate Bestie. A pair of receivers on each side of the line. 2nd and 10 here on the Pierre 31-yard line. Yankton looks to score it yet again. Bestie drops back to pass. Has some time again in the middle. This one a low effort, and it bounces off the turf for a 3rd down for Yankton. And this is a big 3rd down. At the 31, you don't feel like you really want to attempt a 47-yard field goal. Villanueva's got a leg, but when you're trying to put that much on it, it's hard to be accurate, especially here at the high school level. Expect them to try to pick up some yards, some short yardage, make it 4th and more manageable here. Third and 10, and you can hear Pierre shouting for their defense. All day to throw a flag, does fly, somehow hanging on to it. Hazelhorst pending the flag. An amazing catch, Cale Hazelhorst. How did he pull that in?
That was an amazing catch. He had a guy hanging all over him and was still reaching out to catch that by his fingertips.
And I have a feeling by the body language of Yankton, this one is coming back. It's a hold on Yankton and a 10-yard penalty. Instead of first down, we have got 3rd and 20, TJ. And you heard a boo from this Yankton crowd, and you got to wonder if, I mean, that's the 10th penalty against Yankton, only one still against Pierre, but I don't feel like it's been an unfairly called game here tonight. I do feel like Yankton has committed more penalties. 3rd and 20 with under 10.5 to play. Yankton needs something big here. Bestie takes the snap across the middle into the hands of Hazelhorst. He's got it up to the 26-yard line. A big pickup, but not enough for the first down. 16 yards on the connection again, and it makes it 4th and manageable as Cale Hazelhorst having himself a nice game. 69 yards off of 4 catches so far. 4th and 6 coming up here, under 10 minutes to play. Talk about a big moment in the game. Tate Bestie, triplet of receivers, over to the right. He's going to roll out to that side, wants to throw it, now facing pressure, brought down, he loses the football. Pierre jumps on it, and they'll recover it. Pierre with less than 60 yards to go now here. On the other side, as they take over, Tate Bestie loses the ball off of a sack, was just scrambling, looking for anything, and instead it ends up in the hands of the Governors, who have a great opportunity to try and tie this ball game up.
Tate Bestie not usually one to give up a fumble, but he was just doing his best to get somewhere, anywhere he could even let the ball fly.
And that was great coverage by that Pierre defense. Got to give him credit. So 9:33 to play in the game here. Yankton back on defense. Pierre has taken over from their own 43-yard line. What a game here tonight. Lounsbury out of the shotgun, takes the snap, drops back, loads up deep, launches it, and hits his man in stride. Schuffelbein with a huge catch. Up to the Yankton 18-yard line. Where are they going to spot him out at? A 39-yard connection from Caleb Lounsbury to Carter Schuffelbein. He has certainly made his mark on this game. 1st and 10 for Pierre from Yankton's 18-yard line. We might have a tie ball game shortly here, TJ. First and 10, Lounsbury again from the shotgun, hands it off, Carter Merrill right back up the middle. A nice run on first down, reaches the Yankton 14-yard line, a pickup of 4. 2nd and 6.
Brought down by number 21, Gavin Johnson.
As I said, one possession could be the difference, TJ. We'll see how this possession pans out.
The difficult part is that we block an extra point, and it seems like we get our momentum back, but then just as quickly we lose the football on a fumble, and now it seems like it's back to Pierre again.
Pierre, the team of big plays. That has been the case so far tonight on both sides of the ball. 28-20. Lounsbury again flips it out to Merrill. Merrill trying to set the edge here to the outside. Reaches across inside the Yankton 10-yard line. Dragged out at the 9. 3rd and 1 coming up. A pickup of 5. That is a short 1-yard gain. Yankton Bucks defense, though, a big opportunity to try and get a stop. 3rd and 1. Ball is spotted at the Yankton 9.5-yard line. Third and 1. The crowd is getting into it here at Crane Youngworth. A strong formation in the backfield. Handoff up the middle. Carter Miller stopped. What a play on the tackle. Gavin Johnson comes up big time. It's 4th and 1.
That's the strong Gavin Johnson play we've been looking for all night.
Gavin Johnson makes big plays game in, game out. As you just said, TJ, you felt like they were waiting on one. They just got it. They need one more big play now here. 4th and 1 for Pierre. Ball is at the Yankton 10-yard line. They just need to cross that 9. 2 receivers to the right, and H-back on the right side of the line as well. Expect Pierre to move that direction. They will. Pass to Terwilliger. He catches it, but he stops short. Well short. It's caught, but a turnover on downs. Yankton gets a big stop on defense. No gain, and Yankton's offense back on the field. You can tell Yankton's crowd liked that one.
Now we'll look for Yankton to put together a drive that can chew up some of this clock. With 7 minutes, 48 seconds left to go, we want to keep the ball out of their hands.
And again, Yankton not necessarily an offense designed to chew that clock, but with under 8 minutes to play, you feel a good drive could do just that. Well into their own territory, Tate Bestie hands it off right away. Sidlacek tries to reverse field, gets around the first defender, drives up to about the 13-yard line, picks up about 3 to 4 yards on that. 2nd and 6 on the way. Sidlacek did a nice job there when he reversed the field. He had 1 defender to avoid, and he did just that. Instead of no yards, he'll get 4. 2nd and 6 here. Clock is rolling, but Yankton back up to the line. Quickly they move it. Boomsma into motion, and he'll get the pass caught at the 12-yard line. Brought down for maybe a loss of a yard. It's 3rd down. This Pierre defense making things tricky. Boomsma on that one, his 2nd catch of the night. No gain. 3rd and 6, and a huge play for Yankton here. Under 7 minutes to play. 28-20, the Bucks lead this one over the Governors, but the Governors have marched right back into this game. It was a 21-point deficit that they faced. Now they are only 8 points out of it, but Yankton's offense on the field, they've always got a chance. Eidsness moves into motion on the far side. Flags will fly, and I'm pretty confident that is a false start on Yankton.
The entire left side of the line went early.
Looked like maybe even Owen Eidsness as well. I mean, a false start is going to make things tough. 3rd and 11 now from your own 9-yard line. Yankton's offense needs a big play now. Clock continues to run, but that is on no one's mind right now on the field. It is on this down. Tate Bestie, a couple of receivers to the left, a couple to the right. Sidlacek behind him. Under 10 on the play clock. The snap, Bestie fires it across his body. Owen Eidsness catches it. Can he get to the first down? He does! He slides up to the 21-yard line. A 12-yard pickup from Tate Bestie to Owen Eidsness. That's exactly what this Yankton offense needed.
And a great play of awareness there to slide before he goes out of bounds, keeps the clock running.
That's an unselfish play right there from a senior and a team captain. There's a reason he's a team captain. Bestie to Eidsness for 12 yards. Now we've got 1st and 10. Sidlacek up the middle. A nice pickup as he gets to about the 26-yard line. A pickup of 5. And I am a little surprised that the Bucks are not using as much of that play clock as they could. Under 6 minutes to go. They're on their own 26-yard line. This could be the final possession of the game if played correctly by Yankton.
And just as you say that, it seems like the coaches are taking their time getting this play in.
That is absolutely correct. And the other side of the coin, though, is you don't want that defense getting a rest. For some reason, it takes a lot more energy to play defense than offense. And the reason is, on offense, if you're a receiver, you know you're blocking. You know, you're not sprinting down the field. As the defender, you have to be ready for that. And now, movement, that looked like it was on the Pierre sideline. That should be offsides, which would be 5 yards and enough for a Yankton first down. We'll see what the official call is. 2nd and 5 right now, but a penalty flag on the field. The officials meet. And again, I think this one's on Pierre. It is encroachment, a 5-yard penalty. That's enough for a Bucks first down, and that's Pierre's only second penalty of the entire game, but that one could be huge in this game. 1st and 10 for Yankton now on their own 31-yard line. As the official blow the whistle, that will start up the game clock again. We are near 5 minutes to play, 32 on the play clock. We'll see if Yankton does choose to run it low. As you mentioned, TJ, you do not want to give Pierre the football with any opportunity to score. And now whistles will blow, and we've got what I'd assume a timeout or a late substitution.
Number 14 not using a mouthpiece. Needs to be replaced for one play.
Cale Hazelhorst. That might be the first time I've heard of that. Didn't have his mouth guard in. He'll be replaced for a play and then right back in. 1st and 10 still for Yankton, though. Clock stopped at 4:51. And that will stop the clock, so you know Yankton probably not thrilled about that one. 1st and 10, flag will fly, and I think this time Yankton will give him the 5 yards right back. It is a false start on Yankton, their 12th penalty of the game. That'll push him back 5 yards, 1st and 15.
Yankton's quick no-huddle offense evident here. As they try to chew up clock, they're just not used to this, and they can't hold steady.
So they got 1 second off the clock there. But the 5 yards more important right now, 1st and 15. Yankton, just lots of penalties so far this year. It has yet to bite them. But we'll see. Jason Lachik right up the middle, charges forward, pushes the pile up to the 29-yard line. A pickup of 3, 2nd and 12 now on the way. So now you've got 2 plays to pick up 12 yards, TJ. Your runs up the middle have not necessarily been gaining the yards that you hoped. What do you kind of try to dial up on offense to try and almost guarantee at least 5 yards here?
Well, I think we might see them do a little fake up the middle and pull it out and around the end, or maybe even like a screen pass.
Yankton is going to run that play clock, as all eyes are on the clock now. Tate Bestie from the shotgun. Right back up the middle they go. Sedlacek, this time he's got room to run up to the 39-yard line, only a couple shy of the first down, and I thought he was tackled in bounds. They'll say he wasn't, but a pickup of 10 to make it 3rd and 2. That might be the biggest run of the night for Jay Sedlacek.
Of course, a 10-yard run will do what we need it to.
3rd and 2 again. They say he ran out of bounds. I thought maybe it was tackled in bounds. So clock will stay put. We've got 4 minutes to play here. Bucks lead 28-20. Not a bigger moment in the game than right now. Bestie from the shotgun takes a snap. Sedlacek stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose one. 4th and 3. And now the punt team's going to come out. Buckle up, TJ. We are in for a great finish here tonight. Jay Sedlacek, his 22nd carry of the night. He is nearing that 100-yard mark, if not already there. Liam Villanueva to punt things away. It's 3.5 minutes to play in this game. Stosher set to return this one. You cannot give up a big special teams play. Villanueva boots it high up into the air. This one's going back. Stosher picks it up at his own 17, slips, tries to hit the outside before he's brought out of bounds around the 27. And TJ, that one scared me. Last year in the playoffs, the big difference was Pierre got a stop on defense, and on the punt return, a big punt return brought him to the 20, where they were able to score the game-winning touchdown. That one probably had a lot of breath being held here at Crane Youngworth. 3 minutes to play, 3 timeouts for Pierre in the game. That's plenty of time. We'll see, though, if their offense is up for the challenge against this good Yankton defense. The ball is spotted at the Pierre 26-yard line. That is where they'll move. They need 74 yards for a touchdown. Lounsbury communicating to his team. Out of the shotgun, he's got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Drops back to fire it. Has all day to throw it into the middle. This one caught, first down, and maybe an extra yard or 2. That was in between 3 Yankton defenders, but somehow still gets through to Terwilliger.
So right now you're questioning whether Yankton pulling out of their normal offense and trying to slow it down and chew up clock was the right decision. It was hard for them to do. They couldn't quite pull it off. And now Pierre, with a very quite a bit of momentum here with their offense this half, already moving the ball.
Lounsbury again out of the shotgun, fires it, hits Terwilliger. Terwilliger has it. He's tackled at the Yankton 49. Again, a first down and a pickup of 13 yards on the play. Cooper Terwilliger, back-to-back catches for 12 yards and then 13. 1st and 10 at the midway of the field for Pierre. Just over 2 minutes to play. Lounsbury rolls out on the far side of the field, fires it, it's caught again! Another first down and another pickup of 13. Lincoln Dilges catches this one. Yankton's defense looking gassed right now, just cannot get a stop. They'll credit them for 11.
Yankton's going to have to come up with a big stop right here if they want to slow this Pierre defense or offense down.
1st and 10 from the Yankton 39-yard line. Again, this is where that 8 points comes into play. You cannot lose off of this possession with Yankton. But, of course, they're looking for the win and to just put this away. Lounsbury backs up to pass across the middle. A pass breakup into the ground, incomplete, but a flag is on the play. We'll see what it is. Slow to get up, Cale Hazelhorst. You do not want him out. He is such a vital part of this Bucks defense. Coach Muth wants to know, and Muth just got a sideline warning, so they'll say no penalty, and Muth has got to be happy they didn't give him the 15-yard penalty. Instead, we've got 2nd and 10 here on the field. It was an incomplete pass. As a coach, you're getting heated, and you got to make sure, do not give up those yards. Your defense right now is fighting to stay in this game and to win it. You cannot give up yards. So with that warning, should it happen again, it will be a penalty. 2nd and 10, way back in the shotgun. Here's Lounsbury with Merrill behind him. Looks to throw it again, stays in the pocket. Now, facing pressure, thrown down after he picks up 3 yards. That is Lounsbury's 2nd carry of the night. We've crossed the 2-minute mark. Can Yankton get a stop, or is Pierre going to send this to overtime?
And Yankton had a great firing off the ball there. They were able to push that offensive line back, giving him nowhere to go.
3rd and 7. This is as loud as Crane Youngworth has been all night. They need one more stop. 93 seconds to play. Lounsbury out of the shotgun yet again. Talon Kenny had some pressure, but this one caught. A first down and extra up to the 15-yard line goes Terwilliger. A 21-yard completion from Lounsbury to Cooper Terwilliger. And TJ, can you tell who the safety net on this offense is?
Absolutely. Right now it does feel like Yankton's defense is just running out a little bit of steam here. And right now I think it's whoever has the most heart is going to pull this out.
70 seconds to play. Pierre with the football on Yankton's 15-yard line. Rolling to the far side. Here is Lounsbury. Stops, sets his feet, fires it. This one nearly caught, but it's incomplete. That would have been 1st and goal had it been brought in. Yankton a sigh of relief as it's 2nd and 10 with 61 seconds to play. This is going to come down to the final play here on the field.
2nd and 10 from the 15.
Yankton looking for a big win, and you know they do not want to lose to Pierre at home again. Just over a minute to play. It is 2nd and 10 from the Yankton 15. 28-20, Yankton leads, but Pierre moving the football late in the 4th quarter. Lounsbury sits in the shotgun across the middle. Pass was deflected. Couldn't tell where that one ended up for the while. Didn't want to say anything. Could have been anyone's guess. A catch, an interception. Instead, incomplete. 3rd and 10.
Yankton defensive line doing a good job with a bull rush there, but they're sure leaning on their secondary to make plays.
3rd and 10. Another huge third down, 57 seconds. And Crane Youngworth is rocking in Yankton, South Dakota. 9:22 on the clock, but right now every second so valuable on the field. Lounsbury, one hands the snap, fires it across the middle, out of the hands. That one straight up drop, but there is a flag on the play. We'll see what it is. If it's on Yankton, it could be a big one. That one just in and out of the receiver's hands, and then he got popped.
Flag is down near the line of scrimmage.
You've got to think hold. But right now, everyone just waiting for what that call is. It was Terwilliger who got popped. It was a hold on the offense, but TJ, they are going to decline it. 4th down and 10. Yankton can get the stop here. A huge play, and now a timeout called by Pierre. It's a Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. And the thing is, TJ, with this timeout, should Yankton's defense get the stop, they don't have 3 timeouts to stop the clock. Yankton, if they get the stop, they can run the ball out. They can run the clock out. Whereas if Pierre had kept all 3 timeouts and just ran the play straight up, they would have had 3 timeouts for one final chance to stop that Yankton offense. So this is a big timeout on the field.
Big timeout on the field and a big time play coming up. This could be the game one way or the other.
More likely than not, it will be. Of course, Pierre cannot win the game on this possession. Yankton looking for one more stop on defense. Can they come up big with it? Where else would you want to be than at Crane Youngworth tonight? The Yankton Bucks against the Pierre TF Riggs Governors. This is as good of a game as advertised. And the entirety of Crane Youngworth now getting onto their feet. You can just feel it here in Yankton. The excitement building. A homecoming matchup against your rivals who you want to beat more than anything. 4th down for the Governors offense. 10 yards needed. Terwilliger is back onto the field here as the Governors offense looks to be in disarray. 3 receivers to the right, none to the left. Carter Merrill is behind Lounsbury. Lounsbury out of the shotgun, immediately rolls, facing pressure, just has to put it up, but it's caught into the end zone. Touchdown for Pierre. Jaron Deal gets it. And there is a flag on the play. Again, everyone holding their breath. Is this penalty on Yankton or Pierre? If it's not on Pierre, that is a touchdown, and we are 2 points away from a tie.
Flag is in the backfield.
And there was a shot on Lounsbury,
who is taking his time walking off the field.
That could be big, TJ. If it is a penalty, the 2-point try would be moved half the distance to the goal. If it stands, it is a 15-yard touchdown from Lounsbury to Jaron Deal. We await the call.
The touchdown's good. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, number 11. That penalty is going to be enforced half the distance on the try.
And it is upheld, TJ. A 15-yard touchdown pass from Caleb Lounsbury to the hands of Jaron Deal. The penalty goes on Yankton in unsportsmanlike conduct against Edley Amaro. It is a 1-yard penalty, and it comes down now to a 2-point try. Pierre takes their second timeout of the half. We'll take a break. We promise we will not miss the 2-point try. 28-26 Yankton leads, but on for the 2-point try, the Pierre offense when we return.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
Welcome to JR's Oasis, your one-stop food and gas shop. Proud to serve Phillips 66 regular, premium, and diesel fuel. After fueling, go inside for slushies and shakes, ice cream cones, and now offering a full line of healthy, chilled items and snacks. JR's hot menu is great for breakfast, lunch, and supper, featuring the famous Hammer Breakfast Sandwich.
And sorry to interrupt that commercial. We are not missing this 2-point try here. Out of the timeout, a 2-point conversion for a tie ball game here at Crane Youngworth Field. Taking the direct snap and driving into the end zone, tie ball game is Pierre. Pierre has tied up this game with 45 seconds to play. Porter Hunsley, the first time we've called his name all night, drives it in. It is 28 all, TJ. We might see overtime. We might see a game-winning drive for Yankton. What a game, though, here at Crane Youngworth.
45 seconds left on the clock is enough time for Yankton to make a couple of big shots at ending this game right here.
And the good part for Yankton, they've got all 3 timeouts. They're a quick-moving offense. Now, can your offense move the ball again? Getting a little bit of flashbacks from last year. Can the Bucks put it behind them and clinch this victory? They led 21-0 early in the game, but you just know if these teams are playing each other, it's not going to be a shutout. It's not going to be a 4-score game. It's probably going to look something like this. 28-28, teams knotted up with 45 seconds to play. For Yankton, they've got 45 seconds and 3 timeouts. Any points work. A field goal or a touchdown win the ball game for Yankton. Owen Eidsness and Tegan LaCroix, 2 very dangerous return men for Yankton. That could be the drive they need. Kicking it for Pierre T.F. Riggs, Carter Templeton. Templeton has not had the leg that Villanueva on the other side for the Bucks has. Usually, the Bucks have caught it around the 10 to 15-yard line. That is pretty good to start your return from, TJ. We'll see, though, here, as ball is a squib kick, as that'll be fielded at the 26-yard line. Talon Kenny up ahead, drives to the 34-yard line. 42 seconds to play. You feel like that's pretty decent starting field position and only got rid of 3 seconds off the clock.
So we're at the 35-yard line, and I think we'll see Yankton come out a little more comfortable because now they're going to play a little more their game.
It's the offense that they are used to running. This has the makings of game of the year. It's already been such a good one. 3 receivers off to the right side, 1 to the left here. Tate Bestie working from the shotgun. Sedlacek, the running back, next to him. Carter Boomsma gets moved last second before the ball is snapped, and another penalty, and it's going to be a false start on Yankton. First and 15, that is penalty 14 now on Yankton. And I mentioned earlier in the game, penalties have yet to bite them in the rear. Right now it kind of feels like that's the case. After last possession they got stopped, giving the ball up to Pierre. First and 15, now back to the 30-yard line is Yankton. Same formation as the last set for the Bucks. Tate Bestie takes the snap, drops back. Looking, he has all day, fires across the middle. This one caught by Boomsma at the 36-yard line. A 6-yard pickup makes it 2nd and 9, but that took a lot of time off the clock for 6 yards, TJ. Timeout's going to be called by the Bucks here.
It sure seemed like Bestie was waiting for something else further downfield to open up, but it just wasn't, so he had to drop down and take the 6 yards.
Now up to the 36-yard line. You start questioning where that field goal line is for the Bucks. You think if you can get up to the 25-yard line, you just give your guy a chance for even a 42-yarder. That's long in high school, but it's an opportunity to get that far up right now. Yankton's going to need about 40 yards of offense, 35 seconds and 2 timeouts to do just that. 2nd and 9 after Tate Bestie, the 6-yard pass was completed to Carter Boomsma. And as TJ mentioned, Bestie was really just waiting for something big to happen downfield. Nothing did. He just had to get rid of it and throw it to his out route for a 6-yard pickup. 2nd and 9. Yankton with the football. We're tied up late into the fourth quarter of play. Tate Bestie, a duo of receivers on each side of the line here. Sedlacek still in as the running back. And this is when you want your best running back for blocking in. Bestie fires it. He's got Owen Eidsness at the 50. A 14-yard pickup and a big one for the Bucks. 1st and 10, and Owen Eidsness got out of bounds, TJ. So the clock will stop. 29 seconds. The Bucks now at the 50-yard line, needing about 25 yards of offense. 1 or 2 more of those, and they should be feeling a little bit more comfortable. But, of course, you never know what to expect in high school football. 3 receivers now all on the left side. Football on the left hash. Abel Bryan, the lone receiver on the right side. Expect to see it coming his way. Bestie thought about it. He will fire it out of reach of Carter Boomsma. 2nd and 10.
Pierre pulling back and not rushing very hard right now, giving Bestie almost as much time as he wants, which may or may not be working in his favor. He's sitting in that pocket awfully long right now.
I wouldn't mind to see a bootleg here for Tate Bestie. There was plenty of grass with Abel Bryan drawing that one defender out deep. I know running the football is not exactly what you're looking for in a time crunch, but if you've got 15 yards of open grass and you can trust Bestie to maybe make one defender miss, I wouldn't mind that bootleg. Again, Abel Bryan, the lone receiver to the right, the other 3 all on the left side from the shotgun. Tate Bestie, he will move to the far side. That pass caught and diving out of bounds after an 8-yard pickup to Owen Eidsness again. Yes, Owen Eidsness on the catch makes it 3rd and 3 about. They'll give him 7.5 yards on it. We'll go with 2. It's a long 2, a short 3. Tate Bestie, another completion to Owen Eidsness, who has his 8th catch of the night. 20 seconds to play, 3rd and 2. Bucks have the football on the 43-yard line of Pierre. Tie ball game. Touchdown or field goal wins this. Now a strong set to the right side. Bestie fires it. Caught! 35. Owen Eidsness gets around the first defender. Runs out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. A huge play for Yankton.
And just like that, the Bucks have put themselves in position to give their kicker a try, but they still have time on the clock.
An 18-yard pickup from Tate Bestie to Owen Eidsness. 1st and 10 from Pierre's 25-yard line. That's where I said you give your guy an opportunity. It's not a gimme by any means, but 11 seconds, 2 timeouts for the Bucks. They've got about time for 2 plays here to try and make this a shorter field goal for either Kevin Ortiz or Liam Villanueva. We could be coming out of this with the kicker as the hero of tonight's game. Jay Sedlacek in the backfield alongside Tate Bestie, who drops back, fires across the middle, wide open! Owen Eidsness catches it! That's going to be ball game! Owen Eidsness, 25-yard touchdown, Yankton back on top! With 6 seconds to play, Owen Eidsness, who else? 34-28, Bucks on top.
On to attempt the extra point is Kevin Ortiz. On the way to snap, LaCroix. The touchdown was good. After the play, unsportsmanlike. The offense, number 0.
And now Owen Eidsness gets an unsportsmanlike conduct. It'll be enforced on the kickoff, so Pierre wants an opportunity to try and score. 6 seconds, TJ. That's about as good as of a 2-minute drill as you can run as that Bucks offense puts them up. 6 points. Kevin Ortiz on for the extra point attempt. Ortiz, his kick is up and it's good. 35-28, Yankton leads on homecoming night over the Pierre TF Riggs Governors. We'll take our final break before the end of the game. When we return, kickoff and the final play of the game, all on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family-run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
Back at Crane Youngworth Field, where the Bucks brought all the energy right back. It got pulled out as soon as Pierre scored the touchdown and put it in for 2. But then Yankton, with about 70 seconds, drives the ball all the way down the field. And excuse me, it was under a minute actually on that final drive, I believe, for Yankton to take the lead. 6 seconds put on the clock. It's 35-28. You think maybe a kickoff in one play for Pierre here, but 15 yards back is where this kick will take place for Yankton after the unsportsmanlike call on Owen Eidsness. Again, we didn't see much, so we've got to assume he probably said something that he shouldn't have. Games just aren't like this every night. This is as much excitement as you could ask for. Liam Villanueva to kick things away. Crane Youngworth on their feet as Villanueva boots it. This one will be fielded around the 20-yard line for Pierre. 6 seconds again on the clock as they'll pitch it backwards, and disaster for Pierre as Yankton gets on it. Yankton Bucks defeat the Pierre TF Riggs Governors. 35-28 your final score, and the Bucks advance to 4-1 on the year. Pierre TF Riggs falls to 3-2. What a game as the Bucks pull it off. It was a great comeback by Pierre, but they'll come up just short at Crane Youngworth Field. The Bucks have a weekend of celebration before getting right back into it, as next week they'll take on Sturgis Brown. Again, your final score, the Bucks win 35-28. Your final score with the Bucks on top. They win their homecoming game and defeat Pierre TF Riggs. We enter now our First Dakota National Bank postgame show. We'll have final stats, what we saw in the game, and a chat with one of the assistant coaches. All coming up here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
I knew I should have had those brakes checked at Graham Tire. It's all about safety. Tire mounting, balancing, wheel alignment, and shocks and struts and batteries, oil changes, and lube service. Graham Tire does these every day. And there's over an acre of tires. Graham Tire has them all, big and small. Tires for cars, trucks, campers, trailers, big rigs, and tracks. Honesty and integrity is a matter of pride since 1951. Graham Tire, Yankton.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermilion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
Imagine working for a successful global business with customers in 140 countries. That's Vishay Intertechnology, a Fortune 1000 maker of electronic componentry. Now imagine a company of that size with that kind of stability and a caring family-like environment. Learn more about what you can do at Vishay by visiting VishayCareers.com. Vishay is an equal opportunity employer. Vishay, the DNA of tech.
There's a whole new world out there. It's called the off-road, and it's waiting to be explored in a Polaris. So gear up to make every moment count with the Polaris off-road vehicle. The new Polaris models are now available at Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. No matter the weather, get ready to tackle all the trails. With machines like these, your world just gets bigger. Stop in at Stockman's Motorsports today to learn more about the epic new Polaris off-road lineup.
A Yankton Bucks victory, 35-28. They won this one over the Pierre TF Riggs Governors. What a game it was. It could not have been any better. You could not have asked for a better football game tonight. The Bucks advanced to 4-1 on the year with a huge win. Pierre TF Riggs falls to 3-2. They nearly pulled off the 21-point comeback. This is your First Dakota National Bank of Yankton post-game show. They're also our corporate sponsor. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey with 2 locations, downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. Your final stats for the Bucks: Jay Sedlacek got it rolling, 22 carries, 105 yards, and a touchdown, 4.5 yards per carry for him. Tate Bestie had 9 carries, 41 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 fumble lost off that sack. Carter Boomsma, 1 carry for 4 yards. Carson Krall, 2 carries, 5 yards, and 1 touchdown. Tate Bestie was sure firing on the field today, 24 of 33, 271 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Coming from a high school quarterback, those are some very big and impressive numbers. Owen Eidsness, a big game, 10 catches, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cale Hazelhorst, 4 catches, 69 yards. Abe O'Brien with 4 catches, 51 yards. Carter Boomsma, 3 receptions, 14 yards. He was also a highlighted player of the week. Jay Sedlacek had 1 catch for 6 yards, and Talon Kenny, 1 reception, 8 yards. Here's the kicker for you, TJ. 15 penalties on Yankton, 110 yards, but you can overlook that when you come out with a win.
You sure can. And of course, you don't want to have to come back with 115 extra yards against a great team like Pierre. It makes it a lot harder to finish the game out strong. But good job for the Bucks. This is going to be a fantastic confidence builder for them moving through the rest of the season.
Really feels like a season-defining win for the Bucks. As now on to Sturgis Brown. More on that, but we'll get to our Kaiser Heating and Cooling hot hands / hitter of the game. Yankton's original and most trusted heating and cooling professionals for over 76 years. Kaiser Heating and Cooling, 808 West 23rd Street of Yankton. Well, tonight's hot hands of the game, not his first time of the year, Owen Eidsness. You get 10 catches for 123 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the game winner. You're going to be the hot hands of the game. Congratulations, Owen. Fantastic game. The Yankton Bucks pulled it off tonight. Felt like another one of those games where Pierre was just going to somehow slide out a victory. But instead, the Bucks drive the length of the football field. They get themselves a touchdown to win. 6 seconds to play, TJ. That came down to the wire. We were thinking at the 25-yard line, maybe try and get it a little bit closer for a field goal. Instead, the Bucks called game. A no-doubter from Bestie to Eidsness, 25 yards into the end zone.
You couldn't ask for a better way to finish off a homecoming game. This crowd stuck with this team all night long. They were loud, they were excited, and they really came out to support their Bucks tonight.
And what a game. Again, the Bucks come out victorious tonight. I'm pretty sure we're not getting a chat with one of the assistant coaches. Probably a little caught up in the game. But, either way, just a fantastic overall effort from each side. Again, Yankton, though, will take on Sturgis Brown next week. That'll be on Friday for Sturgis Brown's Military Appreciation Night. And we'll have that on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. That'll be Friday, October 3rd, as just a week away. As well, we do have a coach poking his head in here. As what a game it was. Again, I'll probably just ask if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, Coach Schwach here.
All right, Coach Schwach. What a game. You couldn't have asked for a better one on homecoming.
Well, I mean, you maybe could have. A little less excitement might have been okay, but
from a coach's standpoint,
yes,
you could ask for better.
I think everybody else know you cannot.
And, of course, what matters is you get the big win. But what a testament to the offense here on the field. Under a minute to play, tied up. Pierre's got the momentum. It doesn't matter. Tate Bestie, cool, calm, and collected. Him and Owen Eidsness, really a great connection between the two.
Oh, absolutely. That's been going on for years and years. And huge credit to the offense there. And Tate was on the sideline just telling everyone, stay up, stay up. And the offense reached deep and pulled out an enormous drive, an amazing drive. Yeah.
And the defense for Yankton just felt like maybe was on the field a lot during that second half. Started getting up points, but, they held in there and they got it back to their offense when they needed to. And really just a great overall performance. But as you mentioned, that connection between Bestie and Eidsness has been going on for years. Even when I had my interview with Tate Bestie, he just said it's a lot of fun throwing the ball to zero.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I run scout defense against them all week, and they keep thinking of different ways, and they just know where the other one's going to be. I mean, Tate just lets it rip, and Owen finds an open spot.
And one thing to talk about with your offense, not many turnovers. They had one tonight, gave a little bit of a scare as Tate Bestie was thrown down hard, ended up losing that fumble, and that led to a little bit of the momentum for Pierre, but the team still was able to be resilient, came up with the win. What does that say about the mentality of these guys?
It showed how tough they are. This senior group, a lot of seniors, they're mentally tough. I mean, they're able to shake off one bad play. I mean, offense shook off that bad turnover drive, and, football's a game of inches, a few inches here or there, and the defense gets a few more stops, and offense just got the ball back and rolled.
They get a big win this week. On to next week, you take on Sturgis Brown in Sturgis, 6 o'clock Mountain Time. It'll be 7 o'clock Central Time. What are your thoughts on that upcoming matchup?
Well, driving across the state's never easy or ideal, but Sturgis, they're just tough country boys. I mean, they're tough cowboys. They're physical. It'll be a true challenge, and look forward to facing them.
All right, well, congratulations, Coach. I'll let you get back with the team. Huge victory tonight on homecoming, and it feels good with a Yankton victory over Pierre.
Absolutely. Always feels good. Thank you, guys.
Again, that was Assistant Coach Schwach here on our First Dakota National Bank post-game show. That about does it for us here tonight at Crane Youngworth Field. What an exhilarating night. I'm Zach Spear for TJ Stotz for the final time here tonight. We'll get you back to regular programming on Classic Hits 106.3. Tomorrow we will have Yankton Soccer on Yankton streaming on YouTube. And then next week, next Friday, Yankton takes on Sturgis. It should be a great game. You'll want to tune in on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. Have a great rest of your night.
This has been a presentation of Yankton Bucks football on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. Brought to you by our corporate sponsor, First Dakota National Bank of Yankton, and the following Sportscaster Club members: Midwest Insurance Agency, Murph's Appliance, Yankton Thrive, Stockman's Motorsports, Les Schwab Tires, MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency, Linda's Angel Crossing, Hy-Vee, Boss's Pizza and Chicken, Bechet, Elwood Dental, Raven Books, Floor Tech Cleaning and Restoration, Angela's Mexican Store, Yankton Rexall, KFC Taco Bell, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Dragonfly, Slumberland, Larry's Heating and Cooling, America's Best Realty, Larson Carpet, Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, Kaiser Heating and Cooling, Yankton Medical Clinic, All Seasons Power Sports, Winston Ray Funeral Home and Cremation Service, JR's Oasis, Intech Cleaning and Restoration, The Bone Setter, Kalen's Indoor Comfort, Triple Time Rudy's, Farmers Union Insurance, Meridian Photo, Graham Tire, Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts Yankton, and H&H Roofing. For everything Yankton Bucks football, tune in to Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton Streaming.